guys. Welcome to the live. Sorry for running late. Canva was being a pain in the butt to me, and I was trying to do something. But anyways, it was being really laggy. But thank you guys for being here today. As you guys can tell, it's on subs only. And we're going to keep it that way because it's bad enough having it at 2 minutes and the chat is going wild. So remember, if you guys haven't hit that like and share, hit that like and share, of course, for Jack and Lily. Never do it for the channel's sake. Always do it, please, for the missing and the murdered. And in this case, we're talking about Jack and Lily. Hi, Charmaine. So I'm going to start off by saying thank you guys again for all being here today. There are a couple of people here, Micmac. Thank you for the $5 super sticker there. Thank you, always Sunny. Charmaine, you don't count. Now, Sarah Robinson became a YouTube member, and Tint. Hey, Tint, welcome on there. So, you guys, this of course is going to be about Jack and Lily. I'm going to tell you straight off the bat, okay? Again, this channel and this live will run like any other live in a sense, even though I guess it's probably going to be a little bit crazier. Just respect each other's opinions. Mods, of course, if you see anyone just, being ignorant, rude to other people, okay? We're going to keep this classy as always. We're adults, right? We don't need to play in the sandbox as always. And anyone that's attacking the chat, again, you guys will find your way out the door. It's going to be the same rules that will apply regardless. It's going to be about, again, always the focus first and foremost is Jack and Lily, okay, guys? So again, subs only, this live is, and that's just to keep it being under control somewhat. But thank you guys all for being here. What is today? Happy Monday. Monday fun day. I asked if I could get off a little bit early, and so and I'll make it up on Friday, so I could get home earlier today. And so I do want to give a shout out though. I don't tell you guys where I work because I'd be an idiot to tell you guys that. But anyways, so as I was calling a different place as part of the company, someone said to me, I recognize your voice. And I'm like, well, I don't even go over there, let alone live in that area. And she's like, nah, I know your voice. She goes, do you do a podcast or something? And I'm like, well, not a podcast, but a YouTube channel. And she goes, you're covering the Jack and Lily story, aren't you? And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, I watch you every night. So I want to give a shout out. The name of this person is Aaron. So Aaron, if you're watching tonight, I can't believe you recognized my voice over the phone to know that you're in a totally different place in the BC area. But anyways, I couldn't believe that she recognized my voice. Isn't that crazy? Anyways, I thought it was pretty crazy. So again, I guess, in Canada, we're on the West Coast, me and Charmaine. I'm out of the Langley area, and Charmaine's out of the Shuswap area. Of course, Jack and Lily's case is out of Nova Scotia, and they're 4 hours difference. Again, yeah, and thanks for being here. Thanks, guys. Thanks, everyone. Nice to see you in here. Tint obviously is the one. We'll call him, I guess, Jim Walker, the Walker. Now, he's the one that had done that video. I remember from Earl, Daniel Martell's dad. And then obviously the one that took the recording of with Wade on there. Okay. So regardless, again, just guys, just keep it nice in here. Okay. And then we'll move it right along. But I'm going to do things, of course, my way, as always. Right, Charmaine? And before we get into anything about Maleya speaking and anything like that, again, believe whatever you want to believe. Don't believe whatever you don't want to believe. I think that this case has turned into a big circus, and I think it's a joke, and I'm not going to entertain, just so you know, I will not entertain any drama at all. I'm not going to be talking about no fundraiser. I'm not going to be talking about these ridiculous, stupid posts, right, Taylor? I ain't going to be talking about any of that stuff at all. Okay. I just want you to know that I'm not into that type of drama, anyways. Like, there's a difference. And anyone as well, now that I'm thinking about it, people have a lot to say. And people have a lot to say that don't do anything besides this a lot. Okay. Um, Belinda knows that Belinda always has my heart personally. She was the first person to speak out. And again, it took her about a week and then she added me. She said she felt like this was the right channel, like that, yet to reach out to, because I had, like I said, what I noticed about Belinda, okay, was at the start of this case personally, is I was just kind of looking for some family members, right, that were sharing Jack and Lily's posts. And so I noticed Daphne Sullivan, and I noticed that she said something about it was her like brother's grandson or something like that. And I noticed Belinda. Okay, now I didn't know everyone at this time at all, even remotely. But I kept seeing Belinda post all the time about Jack and Lily. Again, Belinda's the paternal grandmother. Cody's the paternal father of Jack and Lily. And so, if anyone at all thinks that Belinda, that we weren't don't have her back, well, all you have to do is just ask Belinda, okay? Because Belinda knows it. And so, if people want to twist it and change the narrative and stuff like that, do you at the end of the day. We know the truth. And again, this channel is about just being direct, blunt, being caring, being organic, being just genuine, and simply calling a spade a spade. Okay, not here for bullshit. Not here to try to deceive anyone. We don't sit here and ask for donations. We don't sit here and try to do deceptive thumbnails and stuff like that. I'm here for the purpose myself, is because I've been in this space for 5 years, and we have covered a lot of missing cases, as well as the missing and the murdered. Sebastian Rogers is the case been following out of Tennessee, Hendersonville. So it's kind of one of those things, is that if it's across the pond, if it's in the United States, if it's in Canada, it's always something that I gravitate to myself, that just pulls at my heartstrings. I don't like to cover multiple cases. I like to cover one case in particular, and it's going to be about Jack and Lily, okay? But there's plenty of other people out there, cases. Again, that only sometimes could wish that they had some coverage to their cases. Some of these cases, they hit it worldwide. This one hit it massively right from the start. I didn't do a live for the first week. You kind of assume that the children are going to be found. And then you realize in a very short period of time that something's wrong. Same with Sebastian Rogers. You give it a couple of days, wait, no, you know what? They're found. He's found, But then again, puzzle pieces don't make sense. And especially cases that don't make sense, definitely will have the gravitation pull from people. And some cases like this one, I remember when I was first watching it, when it happened, and I remember that tons of the USA YouTubers were covering this case, and I was like, whoa, thank you, because Grizzly True Crime, just geez. I mean, we know Dolly still covers it, and Clutch and Pearls, but there was like a ton more. And then as time goes on, we all know that, there's other big cases going on there, right? And Brian Koberger's case, the Karen Reed case, and they start going back to those, because what happens is that no answers are truly coming out. People are wondering how these two children could have just disappeared. Speculation and rumors always come. It happens in every case. This case isn't special to any other case that way. It happens in all the cases. Summer Wells, I left that one instantly because it was just a nightmare. You guys want to think that this is a circus? Try Summer Wells, Lori Vallow case, right? Just some of them just become, most of them do. but it's mostly the high profile cases, right? The news starts covering it less and less. And then internet, channels start to dwindle. And then as cases keep lingering on, then next thing you know, there's only very few that are covering it still. But there's still a lot of people covering this case. The whole point that Belinda has always asked is, which do anyway, but I've done way more lives than I would have intended on ever doing for Jack and Lily. My heart. Um, Belinda always asked, just put out their names and put out their faces. And that's why I've been doing so much more lives, just to keep the awareness out there, keep the information coming. And hopefully one day soon, we'll have answers for Jack and Lily. Charmaine, did you want to add to that before we get going?
I can never find my mute button. I don't. It's been a day. There's a lot of people. That when I'm sitting here working, I always have something playing in the background, and I have my go-to channels that I go to, and there was a lot of hate out there today, and it kind of took me a little bit by surprise. It's not my role or my place to go out there and defend Sunny and her decisions and her actions. This is her channel. But you're not speaking from any kind of knowledge or experience. Everything that was thrown out today was all your opinion, and you're welcome to it. But this channel would never do what you did today. And there's a couple that I'm not even gonna mention, but I was extremely disappointed in what I was hearing today. And it almost made me not participate in this stuff. But the bottom line is, this is, no matter what you think the motives are here, it is about keeping Jack and Lily's case out there to you guys. And once Brian Kohlberger took his plea deal, we started to see coverage change, and then we went to the sentencing hearing, and then so many creators dropped off Jack and Lily's case. Mm-hmm. So whether you think we are entertaining Maleya, or if you think that Maleya is manipulating us, that's fine for it to be your opinion. But the fact is, and we've said it since day one, that anybody involved in this case wants to talk, we're going to listen, and we're going to do it. Sunny's going to do it in her own way, whether you agree with it or not. And I'm one of these people who's like, I've got all these thoughts in my head and I'm not going to say them out loud. I'm just not, because I'm not that way. But I just figure, if you want to judge us, do it quietly, but work with us. If everybody worked together, we could get so much information. We could place so much pressure where these pressure points are, instead of this, not even infighting, because some of you will show up in this chat room too. And no, I'm not talking about a balance. They were decent in there, even though, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about other places. So I was very disappointed today, and I'm Sunny's friend, and I stand behind her and the way she does things. And Belinda, I talked to Belinda today. She's fine. If there's anything that I said to you, Belinda, last night that offended you or caused you additional grief, which I don't think there was, but if there is or was anything that I said that caused you any pain, that is never my intention, and I apologize. So that's just the kind of stuff that I was getting today. So
Charmaine, you didn't.
I know I didn't, and like I said, I talked to Belinda this morning, but I wanted to put it out there for everybody. I'm not hiding from any of the criticism. I am not defending Sunny's decisions. She is her own person. This is her channel. Run it like she wants to. But I do not do anything with malice, and I do not believe Sunny does either. She is my friend. And that's the end.
Can I say this? So I know that, so again, I've been doing this for 5 years. I literally don't give a shit about the drama that happens behind the scenes. People are going to bash you all day long. People are going to trash you all day long. It happens all the time. I literally have been at work all day, and I literally don't even care what anyone said about me. No one needs to message me and tell me about it, because I would literally have to care. I'm here myself, and I don't care if someone doesn't like it. Too bad, so sad. I'm here for the missing and the murdered, first and foremost. If you think you can do such a better job to those people out there, go ahead, open up your own channel, get your guests on, do whatever you need to do, because you're so much better than me. But I don't worry about you people at all. I literally don't. It's not an ego thing. It's about loving yourself enough that I am who I am, and I know where my heart is. I know what I stand for, and I like me. And nobody can take that away from me. So that's one thing. That's why that stuff bounces off me. People want to always do, especially in this case, right? It's because everyone's been waiting for Maleya to open up. So you know what? Let's just go trash Sunny. Let's just bash her. Let's just say how bad we were. Don't care. Gonna get on with it, you guys. Again, you guys can do whatever you like. You can sub up. You can unsub. Bottom line is, we're here for Jack and Lily first and foremost, and it's always going to be about them first. Amen. Preach it, Sunny. That's all I got to say about that stuff, because I just don't care.
One last thing. Smiling is contagious. A lot of creators, and I think the chat, feel like Belinda got stabbed in the back, and they just weren't listening. They weren't listening. That's not what went down, and that's not how any of us came away from that. So
no, yeah. Besides people that want to twist the narrative. Yeah. So you guys go ahead and twist it, freaking spin it around and do all that stuff. Don't care. Go ahead. Do whatever you want. I don't care, because we're just here again. We'll be showing text, or not text, but on Messenger, right? And again, whoever wants to be here for that, be here. If you don't like the channel, go away. Shoot. You don't have to like me. I don't care. But if you want to use the
but then they'll use the content. Like they're sitting there using the content and saying how heartless and stupid we are, and how we're causing causing Belinda all this damage. And I'm sitting there thinking, like, what world did I wake up in today? Like, I don't. I hope, I wish that you would just move on, because I just wanted to get that out, because I wasn't quiet out there when I heard it. I wasn't quiet because I truly believe what we're doing is right.
We know we do things for the right reasons, Charmaine, and we don't got to justify that to anyone. If anyone can't see the authenticity of this channel and how we work, again, your problem, not a me problem. It's a you problem. And I just don't care. We're here for the kids. We're here for the missing and the murders. But that's all I'm going to talk about. Belinda, love you. And again, to any family members that are missing Jack and Lily and just want answers, I'm so sorry for all this pain and suffering that you guys are going through. It's a heartbreaker. It's children. If anyone wants to piss on me, go right ahead. But this is about Jack and Lily. And these are two missing children that deserve our voices and deserve answers. So I'm gonna, and some of you might leave, and I don't really care if that's the case. I'm gonna play the tribute video that's in honor of Jack and Lily and to bring awareness. Then I'm gonna read 2 poems that people wrote. Because why? Because they care so much about this case that they decided that they were gonna write a poem, amongst others. Both parents need to be locked up for neglect. At the end of the day, again, thanks. Hi, Janie. Yeah, she is a regular here. Ernestine. I think that one poem is yours on there. But actually, do I read the poems first, or nah? Let's do the tribute video first. Because the reason why I created this video was because there is this beautiful song from Russell McDonald. And I had already made a tribute awareness video for Jack and Lily. What's the point of it? Point is that these two children need answers. Is it to pull at heartstrings? Absolutely. Why? Because people hurt because they have children themselves. Like I have a son and I have a granddaughter now that's like a 3 months old. And I would fight tooth and nail for everything for my son, right? I mean, I love him. The minute he came out of the chute, I was like, I need to be the best mom ever. And that's what I said for me. I chose to do. So anyone that has children, any of these people that were Lily and Jack's classmates and stuff like that, and their parents or somebody happens to see it, again, it just brings awareness. Simple as that. Okay, so 1 second here. Take that. Whoops. Don't want to. Do I want to take that? Nah, 1 second. Go back to the comments there. Anyways, so thank you guys for who wants to be here, for being here. Thank you guys so much for that. Again, I'm going to start off with playing Jack and Lily's tribute video. 1 second. Let me just get that. I always want to hit the wrong button. Video file. Okay. From It's a Crime and Shame. And someone had sent me this beautiful song called Come Home, Jack and Lily. And I wanted to do Belinda and I wanted to do Alana King and all you guys out there. This beautiful little video to attach to it. Thank you so much for the person who wrote the poem. Thank you for fighting for Jack and Lily's army. Please hit the like and the share. Thank you so much.
In the quiet dawn of a May morning, two little hearts went out to play. Lily's laughter, Jack's small footsteps vanished with the breaking day. Come home, Jack and Lily. We're praying for your steer. The woods are deep and silent, but our love will draw you near. Through forest paths and endless trees, searchers called your names aloud. Hope flickered in the morning breeze as prayers rose up to the clouds. Jack and Lily, we're praying for your steer. The woods are deep and silent, but our love will draw you near. Sunsets over Pictou County, stars shine with gentle grace. The community holds a vigil, longing for your embrace. Come home, Jack
Okay. Yep, yep. Jack and Lily. I know that's a hard one, guys. And I know, but it's about awareness for Jack and Lily. These two beautiful children deserve answers. You guys know that. And also, honestly, like I said, the whole drama stuff, not into. Um, get Jack and Lily back on track. Instead of, like I said, instead of sitting here bashing channel creators and stuff like that, or but just getting it back on track to the focus of Jack and Lily, because they're two children that went missing one day, and it's been since May 2nd. And today we sit here almost 3 months later. We're at July 28th, and that is 2 months and 26 days. I guess, so yeah, 2 months and 26 days. We're almost at the 3 month mark. So, with that being said, yes, it's a hard video. Again, it was hard to make, but I think, again, you want something to catch somebody's attention and bring awareness to it. And Jack and Lily matter. Simple as that. So, again, thank you guys all for being here. Thank you guys. Like I said, if you haven't hit the like and the share button, do that. Now, I'm just going to show. So, somebody said, is this clickbait? So, I instantly booted them. Okay. If someone's going to be a moron like that, I'm just going to give a boot. Okay. It's not clickbait. I'm doing a couple things first. Okay. And then we'll get into, that Maleya opens up and Maleya speaks, and tells her side somewhat. Like, meaning, I was doing this during a live mostly yesterday. Someone actually had the audacity to say, can't you pay attention to Belinda and your guests instead of talking to Maleya in the background? Blah, 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 blah. Get a life. All right. Get a life outside of true crime. You don't belong there. Insensitive, ignorant, mean. But whatever. But those people, like I said, exist. But those people mean nothing to me. And it's about Jack and Lily. But again, be kind in here, guys, or simple as that, right? You guys can watch from not being able to chat in here. It's meant for only subscribers. Again, if people don't want to be in here and be ignorant, see ya. Have a good night. Okay, so I'm going to share a couple things first, and then we'll get into it. So we know as well that, let's see here. Okay, so this one's by Ernestine Oakley. Okay, and Ernestine is in the chat right now. So Ernestine wrote this poem. It's come home to us. So I'll just read this one. It says, I have always loved children. They were calling to me as a mother, a teacher, a caregiver to be. On May 2nd, I fell in love with two beautiful faces. Lily and Jack had vanished without any traces. From a place called Lansdowne. One sec, sorry. Awesome. Thanks. Thank you. Thanks, Ladybug. Appreciate that. Okay, so Lily and Jack vanished without any traces. From a place called Lansdowne I never knew before. In the days to follow, I would learn so much more. In my dreams, I heard people calling their names. The community of Pictou would never be the same. Come, dear, or come back, dear children. We need you right now. We can come and get you some way, somehow. We will never stop searching. This you must know. We all love you, and we will never let go. Ernestine Oakley. So thank you so much, because again, like myself, right? I like to make tribute videos for cases I follow, because it's my way of something that I do. I know that tribute awareness videos get the most amount of least attention, and people want the drama and they want that stuff, and that's fine. But I will still make them because they mean something to me. And if a family member happens to see them during the cases and stuff like that, then it was just a special tribute to the family members, to anyone that truly cares, and follows the cases. Some people don't care about stuff like that, and that's perfectly fine on there. But thank you, Ernestine, for writing a poem. I know that there was a poem as well in the tribute awareness video that was written. I don't recall that one actually had a name to it. Okay, and then there's another one that I kind of had to chop it up a bit just because it was so long that I had to put it to, where are you? Where are you? Come on. Oh, wait, did I not save you? Maybe I didn't save it. One sec. 1 second here. I feel like my computer's a little laggy here. Okay. Oh, okay. Maybe I didn't save it. Let's see. Add page. And then after this, we will get into the conversation with Maleya. Again, I will do it, on my dime. And who is it? Not Jack. I was going to say Daniel has talked to Charmaine. You guys know that. Through Messenger. Haley and Logan and Cheryl have talked to Susan. Not even going to bother to say the channel's name, actually. But anyways, and obviously TikTok and stuff like that. Wade talked with Tent. And let's see here. And Darren has spoken with this channel. And yeah, and Belinda, right? And Belinda has been there from the start. And I won't myself take that away from her, because she added me. And again, it was always, and it always will be about, no matter if Maleya is speaking, they always come secondary to Jack and Lily. It doesn't, Belinda knows that. I've said it. I'll say it to Maleya. I'll say it to Daniel. Everyone comes behind Lily and Jack, because it's the answers that we seek. What happened to Lily and Jack? Where are these beautiful young children? All right. Okay. Why this was doing this to me? Oh no, it's probably in my downloads. I don't know what is going on with my Canva lately, because I literally just, whatever, fine. If you want to piss me off today, Canva, go right ahead. I'm going to control you. I'm going to screenshot you. Wait, hold on. I don't know why it keeps. I only got one page. I don't know what it is. Canva never usually acts up. Every now and again, StreamYard does. Okay. Image. Finally, I screen shared it. I'm like that. Thank you, Ladybugs. New Zealand.
Ladybug creates super chat. 2 New Zealand dollars. You're awesome. Thank you. Much love and support from Lindsay praying for these children.
It's a cute little ladybug, by the way. My mom, her name was Gloria. She was always called Glowbug, and she always everyone always bought her the little not butterflies, the little ladybugs on there. But anyways, thank you guys. Okay, so this is by Helen, okay? So Helen had wrote this poem, and it says, for Lily, here, let me see if I can just make it bigger here. Whoops, hold on, take off the banner. There we go. Okay, so Helen, I just added Lily and Jack and that to it, because it was such a long one, I had to divide it in two. So for Lily and Jack, by their army, you guys know we say voices now, but at the time we were saying army with love. So on a summertime dawn in northern land, where the forests hum and the rivers stand, 2 hearts as bright as morning light vanish in the softest morning air. Lily sits with dreams so wide, and Jack, her brother, by her side. A giggle, a hand, a whispered game. Now only silence speaks their name. The children are missing, gone from view. Since May the 2nd, hearts broken too. From Gairloch Road to stars above, we search with fury, grief, and love. Nova Scotia's trees still sway, but something sacred slipped away. Their laughter lost to the wind and pine, a moment stolen out of time. With their army strong and loud, their names held high, our heads unbowed. From it's a crime and shame we cry, no peace until we just know why. For every trail and forest bend, we've walked for them, we do not end. It's not just hope, it's battle cry. No child should vanish, no goodbye. So hear us now and make it known. Until they're safe, they're not alone. Lily and Jack, come home, we pray. Your army waits, we will not stray. We will stand for you, Lily and Jack's voices on that. So, shit. So thank you very much, Helen, for that beautiful poem. Thank you so much. Okay.
Thanks.
Did a second grader write this? Oh, you want your ass toast out of here, don't ya? Yeah, lost loser. Oh, right out. Jeez. You know, it still never ceases to amaze me. Nah, it honestly doesn't, I guess. It never ceases to amaze me. Some of these people that even come into true crime, what is their purpose besides to say ignorant things? You know, I let karma deal with people like that. Let it boomerang you in the butt, you know, and may like 1,000 Campbells like hump you every day, something like that. I don't get how people behind a computer are so cruel. Please give Charmaine for Buddy Bench. Ooh, okay.
Lost family. Super chat. 27 Canadian dollars and 99 cents. You're awesome. Thank you. Please give to Charmaine for Buddy Bench. I'm willing to cover costs of a brass plater towards shipping. PM me later. Red heart emoji. Blue heart emoji.
Thank you. Now, just to say, okay,
Tinkerbell Super Chat.
Charmaine,
$2 and 79 cents. You're awesome. Thank you.
Charmaine, thank you, Law's family. But I will say this again. Obviously, YouTube works differently. It takes 30% off. So please, nobody be sending any more donations for the bench. If you want to, reach out to Charmaine, and she will gladly give you her email address. So Law's family, I know who you are and love you so much for doing it. There's a couple people that have done that. And I think it was it Anon or somebody else? Darn it. And I can't think of it off the top of my head. But thank you so much. Charmaine, quickly talk about this Buddy Bench, if you don't mind, regardless. Thank you, Tinker.
Thank you so much, Laws. That was extremely kind of you. So, like, what do you want me to say about the Buddy Bench? We're building a house, and I noticed all this wood laying around, and I asked Ian if I could build a Buddy Bench out of some of it, and he gave me some of his cedar for the sitting part in the back. But I had to go out and buy the base cedar and the stain and the bolts and everything else. And then I have a lady who is going to engrave on the back of the bench, Jack and Lily. And then my idea is the kids at Jack and Lily's elementary school can decorate it. They can paint it just to kind of, because, you know, when things like this or any kind of traumatic event happens, kids, they don't understand, nor should they have to understand. But if they're able to participate in something like this, it might give them a sense of, you know, inclusion, trying to, like, giving their time, putting their hearts into decorating the bench or writing a little message to Jack and Lily. That was my idea and the intention of the Buddy Bench. So I am still waiting to get the engraving back to me. Like, she's got the top board, so she will get that back to me. And when that comes back, obviously I will take a picture and we will put it up so everybody can see. And I don't know.
It is beautiful.
I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to ship it because Ian said the bolts that we're using, they're locking nuts and stuff. And he said if we take them out, it could, like, compromise the integrity, and we want it to be strong, and we want it to last. So I am going to have it shipped. But just how? Am I going to do it via rail? Am I going to do it on a truck? I know Kent had some ideas. Liza, when she used to come in here, she had some ideas. So it's in the making. And then I've heard through the grapevine that there might be a dedication ceremony for any buddy bench that's donated in September. So that's definitely something that I would attend. The drive from where I am, Melissa, is 5 days. Solid 5-day drive.
Days.
Yeah, so that's not going to happen. But truckers go across Canada all the time. I know CP Rail goes across the country. There are ways that we can do it. I can get it as far east as Lethbridge, Alberta, which isn't east. It's still in Western Canada, so it still has to go across the country. And I do know that there's a way, and I will get it there. Come hell or high water, it will get there. Fully accepted, but it's a challenge. So it is. It's my mission, and I will get it done.
You're awesome.
Then I mean I don't really know until I get that engraving back, which I'm really super excited for. I don't really know what else I can say about the buddy bench. Only that I cut my finger building it, so it's got my blood, sweat, and tears on it. If that means anything. And I don't mean to make light of it, but when they were bringing it up about the buddy benches, and we went on and we were looking how much they would charge for a buddy bench, and they were upwards towards like $2,000. And my jaw dropped because I thought, even if I went to Rona and bought the wood to construct a bench by myself, it wouldn't cost me $500. So why are we even entertaining raising money for one of these buddy benches when we have what I thought at the time we had all of the material, but I didn't know. Don't worry, Ian mansplained it to me pretty quickly, but I mean, we got it done anyway.
Sky Painter says, just popped in. I am logistics and shipped to Nova Scotia all the time, depending on the weight and dimensions. I could see if my company would let us ship using their rate. Charmaine, just put your email in the chat. Anyone that wants to offer any sort of assistance with that, you guys can email Charmaine, on there. Anyway, there's just the one bench, Jack and Lily, right?
Yeah, it's just a personal donation from me to Jack and Lily's school, to her classmates, so that they can feel a sense of, like I said, inclusion, that they have something that they've put their thought into, and I think in some ways it would be therapeutic to them, because there's no way that you can explain to kids that age. Can't even explain it to ourselves what happened to Jack and Lily at this point. What I mean, so that's the intent of it. And I have to open my YouTube app to go into chat because of things and stuff on my.
Thanks, Jane. Thank you guys for, like I said, all your beautiful hearts. Okay, there's so many people, including myself. You know, I got my bracelets. Regardless. I got my keychains of Jack and Lily, right? Jack and Lily on there. You know, got my decal still on there. So it will always mean a lot to me. I have bracelets from other cases that I follow as well. Delphi murders and the Flora 4 fires. So thank you guys for caring so much about Jack and Lily. Thank you, Charmaine. It is a wonderful, beautiful thought. Absolutely. For sure. Okay, let's see. So it's Charmaine. We got you, Charmaine. Yeah. Thanks, guys.
I appreciate when I first had the idea. I didn't calculate, the logistics of getting it across the country. So like I said, it's going to be a challenge, but I'm sure you guys all have connections and you all have great ideas, and I'm open to every last one of them for sure. Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, guys. Okay, you guys, so we're going to get into the messages now between Maleya. I asked her multiple times if I could say this, if I could show these, and the answer was yes. Again, we've so let's just go over this just a little bit before I do pull up the messages. So Daniel Martell was talking to Charmaine. Now, again, regardless, okay, it's not about Maleya or Daniel when it comes to or Janie when it comes to picking sides. There's no sides here to me at all. It's Jack and Lily and answers for Jack and Lily. That's what matters most to me. Obviously, if family's talking, I've always said when family's talking, you should listen, regardless, because it's better than some he said, she said bullshit, right? Even if you deem it as bullshit about what they're saying, it doesn't matter. It's the fact that when family's talking to me, it's very important. I love timelines. Timelines, as you know, matter in a case. Every part of a timeline matters. Why? Because it's very telling to where there's gaps, where things, obviously the police, RCMP, that's exactly what they're doing, right? They're looking at timelines. They're matching up cell phone data, cell bright information, everything that they can find on computers, phones, everything, GPS, all that stuff, right? At the end of the day, I think we all know that everyone is just waiting to hear some answers to what happened to Jack and Lily. It's almost been 3 months, okay? Now, the RCMP don't deem Jack and Lily, of course, is being abducted. They ruled that out pretty much almost right away. So that lands into, this pile for them because they said that there's nothing that showed them. They also said that Jack and Lily, if they were in those woods, then obviously they would not be alive because no children are going to live that long in the woods, without obviously dying, simply as that, in the woods. Now, they went back and they did a search, and to no avail. This is the same thing that happened in Sebastian Rogers' case as well. Same idea, but I'll say a little bit differently. In the United States cases, we know cadaver dogs are always there on the first or second day. Cadaver dogs are always brought in, especially when there's a missing child, right? Whenever there's a missing child, my thing that I have a hard time with is that, like Sebastian Rogers' case, is what happens is that everyone, they deemed it as a missing child, okay? So they didn't deem it as a crime scene. And I don't understand that, because most of these cases happen because of a family member or somebody that knows the children. That's usually the likelihood that happens when it's children, especially, not so much teens, but children under a certain age. Now, Sebastian, they deemed it as, like I said, a runaway, right? Autistic child, 15 years old, just, up and left his front door and locked it, and off he Houdini'd away. Obviously, that didn't happen. Something happened to Sebastian Rogers. Thank you, True Crime Junkie. Thank you guys so much. Thanks for becoming a member. So it's one of those things is that even with the cadaver dogs didn't go past the front yard of the home. But anyways, to me, it just boggles my mind, because one of the people that has been on one of the lives is an FBI agent. Her name is Jennifer Coffinduffer, because a lot of the cases that we do cover are out of the United States. Why? Well, they're 350 some million versus 35, 37 million here in Canada, right? There's always something happening in the States for sure. But anyways, and even Jennifer Coffinduffer, without me even knowing she was going to say it on a different live of her own, said the same thing. Right? You think instantly right away to cordon off, the home, get the people out of there, and then it's deemed as a crime scene, and then you downgrade it until it's that it may be deemed as a missing persons. But in Sebastian Rogers' case, exactly that did not happen. They deemed it as a missing children's case. And what happened? The whole freaking house and everything got contaminated. So once it's contaminated, right? Well, there goes any evidence you might have found. And same thing happens here. There's no cadaver dogs, right? Because again, most of these cases are because of family or somebody that's close or known to the children. So it just blows me away to no end. And I know, send your one cadaver dog from Canada, like our one plane to fight the war, same thing, you know. It seems like ridiculous to me, just ridiculous. But anyways, as far as we know, there's no cadaver dog that's been used. And some people are like, well, hire a cadaver dog. You can't just go in. I mean, there's like with the Sebastian Rogers case, there's this lady named Canine Jules. She actually brought her, like, she has her dog, right? And so she would do searches, on her own and stuff like that. You're talking tens of like thousands of dollars. It's not like, oh yeah, it's in my pocket change and stuff like that. Talking about a lot of money. Anyways, I believe that RCMP have the gist, or maybe not. But I think that they got some sort of gist with this case, but who knows what the reason is why we haven't seen any thing yet. Maybe they're waiting on DNA still. Maybe they're waiting on Cellbrite information. Don't know. Either way, these two children are missing, and it hurts my heart to no end that any child or children go missing. Just like I know Charmaine's her little grandbabies and everything like that, and her children, they mean everything. Yeah. And so anyways, so again, we're going to be a voice for Jack and Lily. Now, as I was kind of saying before, so Daniel talked to Charmaine, and obviously Charmaine was not expecting this. Okay. A lot of people shit on this channel, called it fake and all that stuff. And then it was so funny because it just so happened that Carmel was a bitch. And then Logan happened to do a live that literally like that night, I think it was, or I think it was that night actually. And she did a live on Hidden in the Fog. And she pretty much, not only did she confirm what Daniel said in a lot of the messages to Charmaine, she actually said more. But what happened was Daniel, after we did the live, Daniel wanted it taken down. He didn't want to have, that Maleya was being, attacked with death threats and all that stuff. And some detective called him and he's like, take it down, take it down, take it down. Dude, well, why did you say anything at all? And then give the okay to use some certain information, because we didn't say a lot of that information. But at this point, Daniel, you've pretty much said everything now that you've said to Charmaine. Now, one of the things that stood out clear to me, and if you guys remember, obviously, is Daniel, again, like had his freak out, and then he wouldn't talk to Charmaine again after that, right? He's been popping in and out like a gopher, in and out of lives and stuff like that, trying to tell his truth. But unfortunately, his truth gets mixed up with untruths as well. And some of them are just clear out lies. And so anyways, the gist of those conversations were basically the kids don't go to Maleya. Maleya has no control of them. Basically, Maleya, bad Maleya. I'm a hero. I'm the one that almost got impaled 2 times by running through the water, through all this stuff. So you guys remember the gist of that, right? If you looked at almost every message, Maleya was a bad person. Daniel was this awesome, amazing partner that obviously did everything for Jack and Lily. And that Maleya basically sat on her tuffet, eating her curds away, sat on her phone all day is what he said, all that stuff. But yet I love Maleya, and, I don't want to hurt Maleya, but I want to trash Maleya and all these things. And it was just kind of like just staring you at all these messages, how he made himself look so amazing, and Maleya was bad. Now, one of the ones he said, was, of course, again, to tell Maleya to, just like when we were at the waterfall, whatever, the ocean, and the old Daniel. Well, again, when you're in a relationship and you have to hear the word the old Daniel, that means that the Daniel has changed. And so, obviously any female in a relationship, I would think knows exactly what that means, right? That the relationship changed, not for the good, by the way. And remember the waterfall, and he's been trying to kind of like get out messages through news and stuff like that. Okay, whatever. I can't blame a man that obviously is in love with someone, right? It's a relationship. But what I couldn't understand was, why is he worrying about his relationship, Maleya? She left that next day when all you wanted to know was, wait, but the focus is Jack and Lily. Like, why are you focusing on this relationship, like, but not Jack and Lily? Now, Daniel said a bunch of strange stuff throughout the news articles, that he'll continue to look, that he promised Maleya, he would always take care of her and the kids, that he would look for Jack and Lily to the end of the earth, to the end of time, right? Okay. So that's been the gist. And then Daniel's been going in and out of lives throughout these months, never ever wanting to talk on his own channel or talk on a live. And again, his inconsistencies are, well, again, how high can you stack it, to be honest? And then you start not even caring. Why? Because everything he says, he twists it. That Wade video he said was a bunch of BS. He talked about, well, Haley, if you shut up, I'll shut up type of thing, right? What's that all about? Okay. So it's been a very one-sided case when it comes to people talking. Belinda she had given me information. Well, Maleya has the one video interview that she did. Okay. Most of us that watched that video felt it was very scripted. It wasn't a natural type of interview. Nobody understood what was going on. Like, one interview and then she had left the next day. And so everyone was questioning, like, well, what happened there? Because this is strange, right? Daniel saying that he went to go visit the kids at CPS and he was told that he wasn't allowed to and stuff like that. He was giving a lot of information that me and Charmaine especially, like, it was like, wow, like, you're giving us more information than you probably should, dude, to be honest with you. But anyways, that's what he was doing. He was, giving information that Maleya had blocked him, and all that stuff. And, he seemed to have no reason why. That Cindy said something to Maleya couldn't look at him, and basically she was gone. Logan happened to come out saying all this stuff. Kind of pissed me and Charmaine off, not going to lie, because everything that he said he was protecting Maleya from, Logan was saying on the channel for Hidden in the Fog, and more, to be honest with you. So it was kind of like, well, I ended up bringing back up that live about 4 days later, or 5 days later. And I was like, no, because people were taking those messages and they didn't even listen to the live. They were accusing us of bringing out fake messages because everyone thinks that they have the right to have exactly like, can you show Daniel's face as he's sending that text, and stuff like that. But we knew the truth. And when Logan came out, it just proved that what Daniel's messages had said is exactly what she was saying. Now, Cheryl had come out on Hidden in the Fog as well. And then Susan brought up Logan. Now, not going to lie, that kind of had a bit of a awkward atmosphere to it. Basically, Susan saying, like, I know Logan. I talked to Logan. Cheryl, I don't know who you are. For all I know, probably you can be, whoever you want to claim to be. And it was a very awkward type live. I felt it was like a lot of tension in there for sure. I think anyone that kind of watched that. But most people only listened to about the first 8 minutes of that particular live. And it was 47 minutes long. And I listened to the entire thing. And I like to do that in my own time. So anyways, and I remember distinctly that there was a part that Cheryl said where she was talking about the fact when Susan had asked her, well, like, have you been to the trailer and stuff like that? And I remember Cheryl making a comment about 2 years that she really had no contact with Maleya. Now, this reminded me of what Belinda said as well. When Belinda said that when Maleya met Daniel, it's almost like she started pulling back. Again, I'm just going by the words of family members and friends, and that made sense, right? It happens in relationships, especially if you are in a controlling relationship. You guys have known, anyone that's been there, I've been in an abusive relationship once for 11 years, and that was just a full-on control, tell me what to wear. If I didn't do anything, right? Black eyes, thrown in a bathtub. I could just go on, to be honest with you. Basically, if I did something he didn't like, and I was a good person, like I wasn't that cheating type of anybody, right? I didn't even do anything like that. But anyways, it's the control thing. They try to control you, put you down, call you names, da da da, and they almost belittle you. And over time, it kind of does build up on you. But anyways, so Belinda had shared these messages from Maleya, because at this point, from May 2nd was the first ones, okay? Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, right? All we ever wanted was insight. At least all I ever wanted, and I just assumed pretty much everybody else wanted, was to know more about that day, May 2nd. What happened on May 2nd that Jack and Lily just vanished? Maleya had said about the children being supervised, going into the woods. But then by the same token, she did contradict herself, because she said things like, well, normally they don't go to the road or to the street or whatever, to the front and stuff like that. So I think, to me, again, in a house like that, I can't see sitting there outside every time my children are outside, but you keep an eye on them. You're listening for them, right? There's a big whole freaking space there of land. What do you honestly think, truly, is going to happen to your children besides don't go near the road, right? You're not allowed to go near the road. Don't talk to strangers, whatever on there. Now, so she was talking a bit about that. She talked about hearing the kids from 8 to 8:30. She also talked about 9:40 is when the children went missing. She talked about the clothes, the backpack, strawberry backpack, that Jack was wearing darker colored clothes, stuff like that. She also mentioned that some people were saying that Jack and Lily might have been picked up. And I think there was one more. I think there was one more to that, but either or. So the gist of it was kind of like a bit of some timeline. Maleya had another little conversation with Belinda. Again, Belinda gave it to me. I've always asked, can I use this? Can I put it out? Belinda got the okay. Bottom line to Belinda was, you know what? I have nothing to lose. This is about Jack and Lily. And if any of this information helps in some sort of way, so be it. Now, that particular comments were, I think Belinda had basically asked if she thought Daniel could do something to the children. And the gist of it was she didn't believe so, that he seemed to worry about what everybody else was thinking instead of worrying about finding my kids. And
Sunny, I'll be right back.
okay. And it seemed to be about that she didn't want to be there, that Daniel wouldn't let her give the address, and stuff like that. Basically, someone, and my, like I said, I'm even my second marriage, okay, with my husband, with my son, 17 years, right? They try to control, they try to twist it back on you, deflect and all that stuff. But what I came out of this, when I seen those messages, all I could think myself personally was about a controlling, manipulative relationship. That, again, it's their own insecurities. And Daniel, after wanting to believe him multiple times, to me, looking back at those messages about Maleya and how he's awesome and amazing, and Maleya barely is a mother at all type of thing, then it was just like, dude, you are a full-blown narcissist. You're one of those ones that actually stuck by me, because you don't come off like some of those narcissists that are just apparent, they're douchey, they're slimy, and you just see right through their shit. He came off more like softer, more caring. I call it the covert narcissist, but that only lasted for so long. But anyway, so then I saw this person that to me was just a full blown narcissist, that they smirked when they gave the polygraph test, and he was talking about it, how they said, good job, good job. They asked about Maleya. He says, well, I'm not supposed to tell you, but yeah, she took one too, right? So it's like these constant little digs. And then you're wondering, like what the heck, right? Then Darren comes into the picture as well. Now let's see who we got. Belinda, we got Danielle, Maleya, now, and then Haley. Okay, so Haley. Let's talk about Haley first. So Haley comes on, and she does have a clear agenda. You can tell right from the get-go that she's Maleya's half sister, and she had this agenda to come on and talk about these drugs, because she's like, well, you know what? Logan told you this, but you know what? I'll tell you the real reason why the argument started. And then she had basically said that there was some of them, the family members in the house. They heard Daniel in the bathroom, wondering what the heck he was doing or something like that. They went to investigate, knew he was doing drugs. Haley says, basically when they come back, I think it was this where the press conference was? Right around this time? After the press conference? I'm trying to remember now. It's all getting blurry. But anyways, so basically Haley's saying, you know what, Maleya, like, what the fuck is going on? Like, tell me what the hell's going on. She says that Maleya admits that Daniel's been doing meth for, like, we'll call it math, for 2 years and etc. I had my niece come on, who's been an addict on and off for like 20 years, and trying to ask her how someone would act. Like, would someone act like how Daniel's acting? Now, without her saying, like, it was more that how people would act when they kind of would inject versus pipe and stuff like that. And he seemed to epitomize to me, based on what my niece was saying, these same action, this grandiose mentality, and almost like having these episodes, whatever she called them, psychotic episodes or whatever, where they just make up stuff, and that's maybe why I was thinking that Daniel is telling stuff and then totally telling something different. So Maleya hasn't spoken up at all, really, right? Since the interview of that one. A lot of us have been sitting there going, what the heck, right? Any mother that's missing her children would be out sitting there, posting it on her Facebook, putting out flyers, whatever, like shouting from the rooftops, because that's typically how things go. Now, it didn't happen in Sebastian Rogers' case, but whenever you watch cases, right, and we've showed you some, you just expect that any mother with children instantly will start yelling from the rooftops, where's my children, screaming. But in this case, that's not really what happened. Nobody really knew the answer. So what happened? What happened? Well, you got Daniel over here that's trying to make us believe everything he's saying, popping in and out of chats. And then you have this quietness coming from Maleya Brookside. And you're wondering why. Well, speculation gets, of course, if Daniel's in chat, then so be it. But anyways, I say, again, Daniel, everything we ever talk about is really just you using your own words. Yeah. So we can't take those away. So if there's ever a day that you just truly want to tell the truth, again, right? That's it. Just the truth for Jack and Lily. That's all we ever wanted, right? Was just, it wasn't seem to be too hard to tell a timeline. Like, if you have no involvement, then just tell a simple timeline. You didn't owe it to us. But if you're going to come out and try to use the internet as your little gopher, while you're saying things, it's not a good look at all. You came into this, and same with Maleya and anyone else that this is their first time in true crime. You came into a space that doesn't put up with bullshit, and they will attack you regardless if you're being truthful or not, right? It comes with the territory. A lot of people won't realize that until they're actually in the midst of it all. And then they're like, whoa. And a lot of people end up shutting up because of that. Now, for me personally, I'm a very strong vocal person. I've been hit, beat, and all that stuff. Trust me, I got a rune warrior on now. That's why when people want to bash this channel or me, I actually just don't care. Spend your life doing that. That's what you get your shits and kicks and giggles out of. Go ahead, talk about me all day long. But anyways, so it's just about a truthful timeline. That's all people wanted. And then the more mystery that becomes of this, the more Maleya's not speaking. People start adding everything and it all becomes speculation. Again, this case isn't different than any other case. It happens in every case. So anyone that's new to true crime, again, if this is your first case you're following, is Jack and Lily's. This is a dime a dozen that this happens, guys. Now, I'm very much aware of that. The people coming into it aren't. So instantly it's hard because they'll get threats to their emails or to their messengers and stuff like that, which is ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous, right? People say that they want answers, and then these, psychos start doing stuff like that. And again, thing is that the internet is not going anywhere. But so bottom line is that for the last 2 months and over, is that Maleya hasn't said much about anything, right? When she was ready to. Well, apparently last night, I was not expecting it. I was talking with Cheryl for a few moments about this whole fundraiser freaking bomb stuff going off, which I'm not getting into. And then she told me that Maleya was messaging me, right? Now, I don't care, so what anyone says. Daniel, Maleya, Janie, nobody has been charged with any crime here. So you can never sit there and say that they're guilty of this or guilty of, or that they're murderers, that they're this and that, right? Anything has to be said in speculation, right? You never just want to outright accuse someone that they killed Jack and Lily, right? That's not good. Won't do you any good. And honestly, that's the stuff that can get you in slander for doing stuff like that. But anyways, so last night, Maleya was messaging me. And again, I was just asking questions. And it was one of those things. At the end of the day, I'm a human. I care about people regardless. And I just will be here to listen to somebody's side. If you guys don't want to believe any of it, that's up to you. But the whole point that we're here is for Jack and Lily, regardless of what any family members are saying. We still want to be here for Jack and Lily, be their voices, bring awareness to Jack and Lily's case, and whatever happened and whatever the outcome is will happen, right? Because life is like a roller coaster, up, down, all around. But in cases, we never want to see this. We never want to see games being played. All we want to see is authenticity when it comes to the missing children. What happened? What was the timeline? Da-da-da-da-da. And okay, you know what? The internet is a beautiful source when you're not messing with it. It is great. We can put out cases faster than you can say boo, right? That's how fast this case was out there. So fast that it was hitting across the pond all the way into the United States and here. And that's the stuff you want. Because if something did happen to Jack and Lily, which we didn't know, right? Meaning we didn't expect it to be this long, then obviously you want everyone as far and wide to spread it so that if they have seen Jack and Lily and stuff like that, then there you go. That's the power of the internet. And when it's used correctly, it's a beautiful tool. When it's used incorrectly, and Daniel, I'll use you, Daniel, as my example here, after I give birth to a KFC bucket, just kidding. But I will use you as an example, Daniel. When you are inconsistent in your stories, it's bad enough that if you're telling the truth, a lot of people still aren't going to believe you, but there's going to be a lot of people that will. But once people deem and see all these inconsistencies that aren't, meshing, then it becomes, it turns into not looking good from your side. And it turns, turns into a joke. You had multiple opportunities to correct any of the information that you might have wanted to retract and say, you know what? Yes, I said this about the blanket, but you know what? This is why, because but when you had so many opportunities to redeem yourself and you didn't take them, is that not suspicious? Absolutely. When you're inconsistent with your stories, why would anyone believe you? The moment someone can't trust in your word is the minute that nobody's going to buy into it anymore. Because everyone knows Daniel from going around from private messengers and saying different things that you can tag them together and go, here, look at Daniel said this and this, right? This should not be happening in a case of 2 missing children. Now, okay. So in preface to this, again, be kind in chat. I'm going to show the messages now. I'm sorry if it wasn't at the start like some people want it to be. But okay, but again, I'm going to do it in my own time. What I do want to say again to all family members, including Maleya, thank you for speaking to me. Again, regardless, I do deeply care about people. If Daniel and Maleya or Jeannie had absolutely nothing to do with this, then, the truth will come out with all of this. Although, of course, I hope that they understand that when information to the internet isn't forthright and these weird things are happening, this is what transpires. It would be less if it was from the start, but that's not how it played out. It is playing out the way it is. Again, Maleya spoke to me last night, so we'll get into that. You guys know it will have the It's a Crime and Shame logo on it because some of those cheeky asses out there decided to steal my shit, use it, couldn't give the channel any credit. My whole purpose of this channel is to bring awareness to the missing and the murdered, and not to do it because I need to be cheap and do cheap things in order to get clicks and views. It's because I'll be organic and truthful and genuine on everything I do in my regular life and on the lives. So either way, that's who Sunny is. And if you guys don't like that, then again, too bad. So we're going to go to these messages now, you guys. Thanks, everyone. Again, if you haven't hit the like and the share for Jack and Lily, that's what we're here for. Try to get some of it back on track. I know what's going to happen altogether. It's not going to happen overnight. But it would be nice to stop all this drama, stop bashing all around, the creators and stuff like that, people that are trying to bring awareness and try to do good, right? If family wants to speak to this channel, I didn't twist anybody's arm. I didn't freaking tie them and hog tie them up. It was their own choice. Okay. Share screen. Let's go to it, I guess. Oh, let me just make sure. I need to put it. Okay, here. Okay, I'm doing it from my Canva, guys, okay?
No, Kent, the only people that show up in chat, you have to be a subscriber to participate in chat. It's not members only, Kent.
Yeah. I have it in subscribers only mode. I don't feel like dealing with anyone outside of all the subscribers that literally subscribe to this channel, right? The ones that didn't, oh well. I don't need 1,000 people in chat and the chat flooding. If they chose not to become a member or not become a member, subscribe to the channel, I have to have some sort of control. So sorry, everyone, that it is in subscriber only mode, but I have to do it just for the sake of having some control over it. But again, let me just take a look. Actually, there's 1,000 people watching and only 548 likes. So if you guys could just take a moment before we get into the messages, please, again, just do it for Jack and Lily. It's about awareness to their case. That's what matters the most, is Jack and Lily. So if you guys could just take a moment. Yeah, thank you guys. I can see you guys doing it. Just keep hitting that like and share if you guys don't mind. Again, I do apologize for putting it in subscriber only mode, but after working a full day, I just needed to have some sanity with Hardy, how much the chat goes as it is on there. But anyway, so appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Jack and Lily. So again, Maleya said, I asked her multiple times. There's a couple things that I did leave out because it was one of those maybe questions that I asked her that was more of a personal question, and so I didn't put those ones in there. And I'm the ones I'm speaking about. Oh, it's still none of your business, actually. Okay, so I'm just gonna blow up the screen a bit. I think that's the only way to do this. Let me see if I can do it this way. And I'll just see if yeah, well, that's good, isn't it? That's good. Okay. Okay, so we're going to ignore the top one because that was to do with last night's stuff about the fundraiser and stuff like that. Hopefully those people get that all sorted out together. So I said hello. So she said Maleya because Maleya had sent me a couple of screenshots. And for anyone that doesn't know, yes, this is Maleya Brooks Murray's Facebook. I had sent her a video, a tribute video that I made with the other song. Couple things. That was pretty much it. It was one of those things. I reach out to people here and there. If they want to talk, they talk. If not, then obviously I get the hint, right? Not dumb. But anyways, so she ended up, Cheryl said, look for a couple, or Maleya's messaging you. So that's what I was doing on last night's live, okay? Was doing that. And to me, that was very important, right? Everyone has been waiting for Maleya to say something. Regardless how you feel, that's what you guys were waiting for from the mom. You guys all kept saying this. So again, be kind in chat, regardless, you guys, okay? And, okay, so I have number 2 because number 1 was actually about the fundraiser stuff. So there was no need to show that. So I said, hello, Maleya, not sure all what's going on. And she said, neither do I. And this is kind of about the, well, I don't know. I didn't even know what was going on. Again, I live with my head down. It's only because people ever tell me stuff that I actually know sometimes what's going on. I really do live in my own world a lot. And I just focus on my job, doing stuff or watching stuff, and Charmaine and Kent in our chat and kind of what's being said out there. And we usually just have conversations on that. Hello, family. Bad boys, bad boys. I don't know why that one doesn't go off.
Lost family. Super chat. $2.79. You're awesome. Thank you. Bad boys, what you gonna do?
Somebody say Belinda was disrespectful? Somebody say that? Mods?
Yeah, Maleya, they're talking about the screenshots, honey.
Oh, okay. You good? You good?
Am I
Okay,
good?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
Just watching chat.
All right, yeah. Charmaine, use your wrench if you need to. Okay? If anyone gets ridiculous. Okay. So anyway, so I asked her, are these considered private messages or to show that was to the stuff above? And I said, like, my head's spinning at the moment. I do lives for Lily and Jack, and it's turned into a shit show all around. And she said, show them if you want. Now, it was only the 2 that I don't know, my head was spinning, you guys. Again, I was getting messaged, and I was just trying to run a live at this point. Belinda was on, and thankfully Kent was on as well, and let them do their talking, and then Charmaine ended up coming on. So I want to thank you guys again. And I said, can I say that you sent them? I have to say this if it's going to be credible. She says, I'm aware of the shit show. I want to say how completely disgusted I am. And she said, yes. And then she said, I had blocked Belinda because of how disrespectful she is. Again, you guys, this is about this whole fundraiser stuff. And I really, truly hope things get back on course, because I really just think, I don't, you know what? I don't even know what to think. I just, there's some really good people out there. And I'm not going to get into the drama of the fundraiser stuff. I love Belinda. She's a great lady. I love her backyard. I love, Me and her, again, we talk almost daily. Not every day, but sometimes I just say, hey, you know what, have a couple days off. This has been a lot. Okay, regardless how anyone feels about that, from any side of the family member. Belinda was always the first one there that was willing to share any information that brought some awareness to what happened to Jack and Lily, and I will always appreciate that because that stuff means a lot to me. And okay, so Jim Walker, which is Tint, okay, and Jim Walker. So he had sent some messages, and I'll show those messages in a bit here about what he had asked on those. And you guys know Crime and Shame, Jack and Lily. So that is the guy that did the video of my mother at her house pretending to be the horse trailer guy. And I said, yes, the TikToker. The truth is, everyone is waiting for you. No one understands your actions, so it's all guessing and speculation. This thing kind of comes up here. Well, anyways, right here it says, I'm just tired of the bullshit, and I'm tired of the lies. Sorry. And then, how come it's doing that? 1 second. 1 second. Can you guys see it on your screen? Oh, you can. Tremaine, if I just because I don't see it as well on my screen because the thing comes up. Does a gray line come across the bottom at all when I can't see the screen.
A gray line? No.
Yeah, right at the bottom here where I'm. No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, there's a shadow down there for sure.
Okay. I just couldn't tell until then it says, then may I ask why not set the record straight? Okay. Let's see here. No one understands your actions, so all this guessing and speculation. Okay, we already read that part. Okay. Then may I ask you to set it straight? Jack and Lily deserve truth. I'm a mother first. I love children. These kind of cases hurt me to the core. She said, Daniel is lying to the media, and I don't know why. He is not lying to the police or the CPS. Both of our statements to the police are the same, but the media has completely a different story blaming me, and I don't know why. Well, you can thank Daniel for that one, to be honest with you. Online, Daniel blames you for pretty much everything. He's great while you're a shit mom. She says, I am hurt in a way that no one can understand. I want my children back home to me. And I said, his messages to Charmaine show it. No one timeline meshes, is what that's supposed to say. It's all over the map. And then she said, according to what I have heard, he apparently likes the attention, and it's disgusting. Well, I'm not going to disagree with you there, Maleya, because Daniel absolutely loves the attention, in my opinion, and a lot of other people's. Right, Daniel? Okay, just checking, Daniel. I seen you nod. You believe your children are alive, correct? Is that because your psychic friend said, or because you feel that they are? Yes, he loves the attention, but to me, he's a narcissist. His shit don't fly with me. She says no, because I want them to be. How could a mother think any way else? His true colors have unfortunately come out in the worst way. It's like I never knew who he really was. Yeah, I get that. And I said, children are gifts. Do you think that he may have done something? The timelines are not close to being accurate. They don't math up, and it comes across as all lies. I'm on a live at the moment, letting Kent and Belinda talk. I think you know this. Obviously this was yesterday. Look, I will put out any truth that you would want, that you should want to. If not, okay. But it would be nice to have a clear timeline that morning. Is it possible so that we can get this back on track to Jack and Lily? And then she said, no, I can't see Daniel hurting the children. And no, okay, please understand, people care so much about Jack and Lily, and you must know how strange this all is based on actions. Please, people do want to help. Some people suck, but most people just want to find Jack and Lily. And she says, Daniel, Janie, and Darren's timelines don't match up to the media, but that is not what that is not what is being said to the police. Right? That is why their lies are okay, because you can't get in trouble for lying to the media, right? Why would you even want to do that if you're telling the truth, though? Why? There's no reason to. If the truth is to be told, Daniel, you said that multiple times now, that you're telling the truth, telling the truth. But the thing is, your guys' timelines do not match up. That is easy to prove just based on your own words from, from Maleya's messages to Belinda, from Daniel's words to Janie's own words. And Janie's own timeline blew everything out of the water. And that means that you can't even believe in any of the timeline anymore. So true, but why Maleya? Why lie to us? What about Jack and Lily and the truth? Why are they doing this? What is the end game? And she said, I'm so grateful and appreciative for the support and love for Jack and Lily. And I can't express that enough. My children are my everything. And I said, Maleya, I will tell you what my wish would be. Would you be willing to give an accurate, that was supposed to say timeline, from when you got home Thursday, from video of you near Highland Mall to when they went missing? And she goes, that is all I want, my children to be found. Okay. And let's see here. Maleya, I will tell, oh, I said, Maleya, I will tell, no, I already read that. Okay, that's part from the thing. Okay, so I said I would love to put out a true timeline, no BS, just a true timeline for Jack and Lily. And she said, good question. I don't know. That is what the police want to find out. And I said, so you are positive you heard them between 8 and 8:30, because that's on her text to Belinda, okay? As you told Belinda, is that true? I said, I don't play games. Please know everything I do is from my heart as a mother who just loves children. My world is my son, so I get it. She said, I heard the kids in the morning. Daniel was sleeping beside me the entire time from 6:18 to around 9:40. When I woke up, because I no longer heard them in the bedroom. That is the best estimate I can give at the moment, because I was in and out of sleep, dozing off that morning, and then called the police at 9:01 a.m. And then I said, by the way, are these things I'm allowed to say, yes or no? Just need to know my boundaries here. The bedroom is next to us. So Jack and Lily's obviously bedroom, I guess, would be next to theirs, or one of them. I'm not sure where the children sleep in that trailer, to be honest. I wasn't aware that they went outside, as Janie said. And then she said, yes, you can. So I said, oh, really? It would mean a lot, to be honest. People do want to help. They have been waiting for you. I do it for the right reason, so it would mean a lot. So is there anything you wish for me not to say? Okay. Now, so this is where she said, in the morning, Lily and Jack got out a couple of times, but I would always get a call from Janie saying that the kids were outside. But I would then bring them back in to get breakfast. For some reason that morning, I never got a call. The kids were outside. I don't know why. She was the last one to hear them. So then I said, did you call the children into school at 6:17 and 6:18? Maleya, is that truthful from Daniel? She says, I have an app called School Messenger with a password Daniel doesn't know, and that it is how you mark your children absent through the app. I mark them absent at 6:18. My alarm goes off at 6:15. Now, maybe on the next one. So Maleya, she showed me, like she sent me the screenshots. I know she sent me some originally, but obviously she had to retract those because you don't want to be putting out the email, right? So right here, you guys, right, is the school messenger, 6:17 a.m., May 2nd. Oh, wait, what? Wait, what? Charmaine, help my brain here, because I thought one would say May 1st for Thursday and the other one would say Friday. But this says May 2nd, 6:17 and 6:18. I'm not sure how that works, because Daniel said Thursday was 6:17 and 6:18 was Friday. But this has
What?
the same. Maybe Maleya in Messenger, you could just maybe explain that, because they both say May 2nd, right? So I'm not sure, like, because when Daniel spoke to
There's
us,
one
I
for
mean, when
each
Daniel put
kid.
it out there. Pardon? Pardon?
There's one
Let me,
for
let me,
each kid. The first is irrelevant.
okay, but the way it was said always was Thursday was 6:17 and 6:18 was Friday, right? So that's when I was
No, I
wondering,
never heard
okay,
that.
that's been the story
No,
the whole time.
Daniel said the kids were marked empty six or marked absent 6:17 and 6:18. He didn't say the first.
He didn't say what?
He didn't
He
say
didn't
the
say,
first. He said the kids were marked
no, he
absent
said
at
Thursday and
6:17
Friday.
and
I got that.
6:18.
Okay. But at the end of the day, whatever, because
No,
like I said,
not in my message.
you're right, exactly. So my mind kind of went to, did she have to mark one absent for each kid? Is what I was wondering then. That would make sense. Um, let's see if Maleya, if she does answer that, then okay. If she's watching right now, okay. But anyways, um, okay. So anyways, so those are the screenshots right there for that one, guys. And again, hopefully everyone's being good in the chat. I'm on a whole different page, so I can't see anything in chat. Okay. So she said, I want the awareness to continue. I want the bullshit speculations to stop. It's ruining the investigation and blowing up the tip line with unnecessary bullshit that the investigators have to follow every tip, no matter how ridiculous they are. Oh, I agree with that. I agree with that about the tip line. Absolutely. People, they go crazy with everything. Oh, this psychic said this. Oh, this person was, whatever, seemed 5 miles away. This person looked shady 2 days later. That stuff always does happen. I need a drink. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Okay. So I said, I will be honest. The speculations get bad because people fill in the gaps, including myself. Everyone wanted to hear from the mother. Again, if you're willing to, the timelines that matter. And Danielle's been feeding us so many lies and BS, like the damn pink blanket, why he lied. She said, well, I'm not going to apologize for being silent for so long. I have been through a lot and I'm still going through more than anyone could even imagine. I don't really care what people are saying, to be honest. I only care about getting my children back home. So I said, you don't need to apologize, Maleya. Everyone does things when their time is right. Right? But use us as a tool. The internet, I mean. It can be used for so much good. We can spread it like wildfire. We different from the news, obviously, you know this, but use it for good, for the good of Jack and Lily. And she goes, I don't know why he lied, but my family never knew the blanket was in the garbage, nor did they know Lily's blanket existed, especially my friends. Daniel gave me an ultimatum when I was pregnant with Meadow to drop my friends or he would leave me because they were a bad influence. So I did. And that's where probably Cheryl kind of comes into the picture, perhaps, stuff like that, kind of like what we've been hearing. Um, so I did. He allowed me to talk to one friend, but we didn't talk often. Yes, I want my babies found as soon as possible. I want them home. I need them. I'm desperate. And then let's see here. So now we're on 10. Okay. So let me ask you one last time. Can I talk about this combo and share any screenshot? Look, I'm not trying to underbus anyone. Daniel does that to himself. I just really wish to give people the gist of what's going on and a timeline for Jack and Lily. Would that be fair? She said, yes, that is fair. And I said, okay, Maleya, Belinda has always spoken highly, supposed to be of you as a mother. She said you were meant to be a mother. I know this fundraiser has shaken her and you blocking her. And she said, yes, I don't know why she is being this way now. And again, you guys, there's a whole bunch of stuff with the whole fundraiser. So that part is what this is about. I'm not going to be talking about it. I'm just showing what was talked about, okay? Just being transparent. And then I said, she is upset because of this fundraiser. She wanted to know if you were really talking to Lana. Now, apparently, you guys, apparently it was ended up being, it was a phone call or something. I don't know. I don't get into that, all that crazy stuff at the end of the day when it comes to that stuff. All I know is for me, Belinda has always spoken highly of Maleya. Yesterday, obviously, she was very upset in what she was being told and different things. Not going to still get into that part. I don't know the whole gist of all that stuff, but she always was speaking highly of Maleya, even in her interview, right? And for me too, like, because being a mother meant a lot to me, I'm trying to resonate with, Maleya, or what Belinda is saying about Maleya. I don't know Maleya, and there's very little to go off of besides some old YouTube videos and stuff like that, and the one interview. But obviously, Belinda knew her for the few years that she was with Cody. And so, anyways, so I was trying to always look at what Belinda was saying about Maleya as a mother. And she said, and she always spoke highly. That was very sweet of her to say. I just don't appreciate the disrespect, right? And like I said, I think things got cross wired there. I was a bit, but Cheryl was mostly talking to her, and I said she wanted to make sure Lana wasn't being scammed. People do this crap with us, Maleya. So it was just wanting her to know. And this is when we thought it was just a text or something, and I don't think that until later that I don't know the full story. But anyway, something about a phone call instead. Anyways, and so I've been in true crime 5 years, and people are always trying to scam off of cases. We all know that this is very true, guys. Anyone that's been in true crime, people make GoFundMes, people try to be underhanded. Anytime that there's high profile cases, always these little scamming people will come out of the woodwork to try to make money off it, make up a GoFundMe. Mostly it's a GoFundMe, or they'll put it onto Facebook. It's just shitty that these people exist, but they do. They do. Anyways, there seems to be a lot of scammers out there, and it's disgusting. Right. So please don't be too harsh. Scammers will make accounts, yes, even with your avatar, and pretend in many cases to be you. And that is so very true. People will make avatars and pretend to be your avatar, right? Like that one person did in, what's his name? Why am I forgetting it? CJ Evil's channel. And they used my avatar from It's a Crime and Shame and went in there to start bashing whatever, right? Well, of course, thankfully, CJ messages me and says, hey, I don't think this is you, but can you just confirm? Absolutely. Not me. All you have to do is go to the channel. And it will either take you here to some scammer's channel. So that on his own, was that, did I miss something there? Oh, I must have cut something off right here. Huh. Let's see. Hold on. Hold on a second. Hold the fort a second. Just want to see what I'm missing there for that one. Put this back up on stage for a sec. I don't know, I must have cut the screenshot
Okay,
off.
I didn't notice him in the other chat. I didn't see that. Not at all.
Sorry?
I'm just talking to chat. Maria Antoinette, I know what you're saying, but there is no screenshot or proof or anything. It was a telephone call. It wasn't wasn't anything that can be proven. Yes, no, we're not talking about the fundraiser anymore. That ship has sailed. It's docked. It's done.
Yeah.
It's over.
I mean, I get, like, yeah. So I know that there was stuff being said. I looked at it. I disregarded it, because at the end of the day, uh, they're all adults and they can work out that stuff, between them all. There was a lot of hurt feelings and a lot of, I think, miscommunication and a lot of maybe things said that weren't accurate. Who knows? Either way, as for that part of it all, I mean, I know that Kent took a little blasting yesterday too, and stuff like that. And again, I'm not going to talk about that stuff. I mean, if it comes up because we're talking about it through this, but it's not my circus, right? It's not my circus over there. If I think that they're really good people and that they can work the shit out, whatever it is, they can work it out, right? Jack and Lily, Jack and Lily, Jack and Lily, Jack and Lily. Okay, so I'll just go back to that. Yeah, I don't think it was anything I was going to show you, to be honest with you. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. And again, Maleya, if you are listening, thank you very much for speaking with me yesterday and then somewhat a bit today as well. Thank you to all the family members who have wanted to say something in regards to this case. Regardless, appreciate it. Yes, Darren, including you. You are family still. I think I need to make this bigger again. Okay. So, did I do this one? Yeah, I did. Okay. So this one is, I'm sorry if your heart is very broken. Do you get to see her? At least she's talking to, about Meadow. Does she get to see Meadow? Okay. Yes, all my children are beautiful and I love them more than anything. Or she said, yes. She said yes to that. Okay. So we know Daniel gets to see Meadow. Okay. So yes, Maleya gets to see her beautiful little Meadow as well. Totally looks like Daniel, that child. Sorry, Maleya, but every time I was looking at that child, it totally looks like Daniel. Oh, geez. What did I... 1 second. I think I got to move this up. There we go. Perfect. Back again. Okay. You're Pisces. I know you're similar to us Cancers. Family is everything. Our children are a lifeline. She says, thanks for listening and helping to bring my babies home. Again, we're Jack and Lily's voices, guys. That's the whole intent of covering the case, first and foremost. So, did I just move another one over? So just so you guys know, there is no 11. 11 was a conversation I said to Maleya that I wasn't going to put in there because it was a personal question. And so that's why you guys don't see 11. So it goes right to 12. And we already seen this one. So we're on 11. Okay. So I just asked that if you have any questions with timeline, you can assist Jack and Lily's. Okay. And so she said yes. So perfectly, truly appreciate this. I do. We are the voices and thank you. I will let you rest now and I will look at everything you said. Charmaine has made a beautiful bench for Jack and Lily and for the school so the children can put to make their handprints on it or something. Jack and Lily, thank you, Maleya. Okay, so I lied. One more question. Was your mom upset? Was your mom super pissed? Wade did all that talking. She said she felt betrayed. And I said, I bet. I'm sure you must have been pissed too. But anyways, regardless, Lily and Jack. She said, no, I only felt bad for my mother. My main focus is my kids. And now Daniel has already let us know in messages we didn't show, but since Daniel's talked about this, he already let us know that Maleya ain't so fond, we'll just say, of Wade. But, so, I mean, pretty much says it right there. For whatever reasons, I don't know. Okay, So Maleya sent me this. She said to me when we were talking about the timeline, she said she could send me her Google timeline. I was like, sweet. What's a Google timeline? Not really sure. I kind of had an idea what it was, but I haven't had to use one. 1 second, I gotta take one of these off. Ding, on there. Anyways, make that bigger again. Okay, so Malaya says down at the bottom here, you guys, the reason why that they went out that day, she says, I had blood work that day. That is why we went out. Okay, up here just is her saying to me about sending me the Google timeline. So that's what Malaya did. So obviously you can see they left right at 12:10, and that was pretty much said to us. And I think Jamie actually said that, if I'm not mistaken. And then you can obviously see that they're driving, and it's 3:11. And I believe Jamie said that they came home close to 4. I think Daniel said something similar, 3:34 area. Anyways, so these were the screenshots. Whoops. I don't usually have this. Okay. So Malaya was actually very kind enough to send these. I wasn't expecting her to send me these, but I was like, sweet, thanks. Right? Because it was about the timeline. And, I just take what I get, to be honest. And if somebody wants to send me something, they do. And if they don't, they don't. I didn't even ask for this, and she offered it. So yeah. So thank you for doing that, Malaya. Okay. So now this is when because I wanted to, there's more things. Obviously, I'm in a live, and I want to ask Malaya more things. Okay. And so I'm writing this big kind of thing saying, look, I've just gotten up. I have to get ready for work, and I've had time to read. I went back and I reread our entire messages because I needed to grasp it. On the live, it was hard to keep up with what all she was saying, and certain things after I seen it afterwards, right? I was like, oh, okay. So, I never want to seem cold-hearted if she says something and then I don't acknowledge that answer. But again, my head was kind of spinning with all the drama of the fundraiser, plus trying to run a live and trying to talk to Malaya. And to me, that was very important. Everyone's been waiting to talk to Malaya. Thank you, Malaya, for reaching out to me and talking. I appreciate that. And I hope everybody else, regardless, if they are upset at you or pissed off at you or anything, that when your timing was right, obviously it wasn't. Everyone, right? We want to judge so fast on what we expect people to do because that's what we would do. But people have been waiting for Malaya to come out and talk, so do appreciate that. And so I asked her, I said, if you don't mind, I'll put out a few questions to clear up or simply ask. I said, Darren said that what we had heard was a big argument on Thursday. That continued until you got home and you got into a physical altercation. Is any of that true? Answer, no. Haley was on a live with Susan, said Daniel was in the bathroom doing drugs, and you told her Daniel has been doing drugs, math for 2 years. I have a niece on and off for 20 years. Addiction is hard. In that video, Wade said Daniel uses, sells, and makes math. Is this true? She said, yes, he is a drug addict. I found out he was doing drugs the night before I was going to be induced with Meadow. He was not making or selling that I know of. When I met him, I had no idea of his drug use. Okay. Is Daniel narcissistic? From your messages to Belinda, you don't seem happy. Was he, I said was her controlling because she answered that differently and I didn't understand. And I was like, did I ask that wrong? Was her controlling and abusive to you? And that meant to say he. I was wondering why she had answered that way. I have lived this life and it seems he wanted to control you. Was this the way? And then she said, yes, Daniel is narcissistic and he's very controlling, unfortunately. No, Belinda did not control me. Sorry, Belinda. I wasn't supposed to say her. I was supposed to say he. She did know her son, Cody, was cheating on me with multiple women and never told me. Let's see here. Okay. Janie, did she like the children? She comes across like they were a thorn in her ass. She said she has zero pictures. She said you barely spoke to her. Was her words a bunch of BS? She said, as far as she let on, she never had a problem with them. She did treat them a bit better than her grandchildren. I was baffled when she said she found them annoying. Yes, her words are BS. I would speak to her and give her sympathy when she would come over and talk about her medical issues and the Timu orders. Well, we heard about Timu. She would receive. I was not. Uh, I was not a mean person. Um, why did Janie not let police go in the camper? She says she was worried her dog would get out and bite someone. The police searched and about 3 times that I'm aware of. I said there's a lot of stuff out there to verify or quash. Hopefully, perhaps to understand that these are important questions. I'll check my messages when I can. Stay strong, Maleya. Answers will come for Jack and Lily. Your babies need answers. In this case, needs to get back on the right path. Okay. 16. I sent her the thumbnail. Daniel, yes, Daniel's very controlling, even to the point of what I wore. Kind of resonated with me because that's when I was with Dion. Again, I could be wearing a freaking 2 extra large and I was 120 pounds. And I still was being a slut of some sort, you know? Anyways, Amelia, I've been there, trust me. I was an abusive, controlling one for 12 years. Same clothes, blah, 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 blah. Same thing I said to you guys. Was he like this at all with you? I finally love myself enough to know I deserve better. Did he put his hands on you? So let's see here. Yes. Hold on. Was he like this with you? Yes. And no. Okay, I just want to make sure I'm getting the right thing. Yes and no, he would pick on Jack mostly and sometimes Lily. Okay. He would hold me down and take my phone away so I couldn't call my mother when I wanted to leave. This happened often. I wonder why she left, Daniel. I mean, because you've had her out to be this horrible person, Daniel. So you can't really blame her if the truth comes out, you know. Let's see. Okay, I'm glad you left. Not sorry. Number 15. Oh, well, 17 on here. Daniel convinced me to stay. That things would work out. He always said that. Oh yeah, been there, done that. God, I really need to go shower, get ready for work. Please, if you do not love yourself enough to do what's right for you, you do matter. It's not trying to point fingers, she says. I'm just giving you a short summary of what I went through. I feel like you have more than enough. I really want people to start focusing on helping find my babies and not focusing on all the lies. My babies are out there and I need, yes, I asked her if they called him dad. She said yes. Thank you so much. Now, hold on. I must be missing one. And I'll just there's definitely something where I asked Maleya about, unless I went over it. Okay. I asked Maleya about, like dinner time when they went to bed. And that's maybe I missed that, but I definitely have that. And she said, well, I think I know I think Daniel said 9 o'clock that night, but whatever. 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, they said. Now, again, timeline. Maleya's best, according to Maleya, right? Obviously, I was in and out of sleep. Daniel was sleeping beside me, 9:40, or set the alarm for 6:15, called the kids into school. Daniel was beside me sleeping. Now, both Maleya and Daniel, okay? Now, Maleya changed his story here, okay? Daniel's told a few different stories for this version. And that's why Maleya, I'm sure, is saying, I'm not sure why Daniel is lying or that they're not being truthful. because they think that they can just manipulate, I guess, us when it comes to Daniel, because Daniel tried to change it that basically that you would snuck back into bed, in a sense, and the whole friggin' timeline got twisted from 6 o'clock, that Jamie seen you at 6 o'clock in the morning, that you were outside near the driveway, yada, yada, yada. Bottom line is that you both talked about the silent door, okay, in your thing. You said that you and Daniel said the same things in your statements, right? So Daniel said that you guys came out together, right? He said, are the children awake? You said in your interview that you tell Daniel, are the children awake, right? So to me, this just reminds me of someone purposely deflecting the truth all the time. Why? Why would he need to do this? It's not illogical to look at a timeline that doesn't make sense. What children are going to disappear from 9:40 and then Maleya puts them in a vehicle, freaking in this freaking stealth UFO ship, and fly them out of there between 9:40? Janie makes this statement that she was literally listening to Daniel yell for 10 minutes from a camper. In what world would a mother of her child, Daniel, oh yeah, you know what? That's just Daniel bellowing for 10 minutes for Jack and Lily. I call bullshit on that stuff, right? So I know Maleya and whatever can only tell us so much, right? I mean, at the end of the day, it's kind of like, well, if I was sleeping till this time and this time, right? Then where do you go? Because 10:01 is the timeline that the police were called. Now, Daniel's a different story, because he's living in a land of make-believe time, making us believe things that aren't true. Janie, to me, is living in a land of make-believe time as well, right? That these timelines can't be possible for Maleya to put the children in a vehicle so if Janie's claiming to have heard the children last, that's what strikes a chord with me, though, is why did Janie not call Maleya? Maleya says whenever the children get out, Janie gives her a call, and then she gets them in for breakfast, and she goes, but that day she didn't. And Janie says, I heard the kids. She heard the kids close, obviously, to the time that they went missing, but she didn't hear Jackie boy, Jackie boy, Jackie boy. All we've ever wanted, and I don't think it was too much to ask, honestly, when people are telling the truth, the timeline is clear and it's consistent. So, Daniel, at any point in time, you still have the opportunity to speak with us. If you want to clear up anything, you have thrown shade at Maleya, right? And she is telling us about how the relationship was with you. Why are these important? These type of things, the reason why I only look for a truth of a timeline and to squash things that don't make sense. We heard there was an argument on the Thursday. Maleya said no. Daniel said no. Everything was calm. Maleya said no, there wasn't. Janie said, well, I don't pay attention. I call crock of shit on that too, Janie. Obviously, you can hear a lot of people would be arguing. But anyways, so it just really becomes about, look, when you're looking at a case from the internet side of it, what are the reasons that a child could disappear? Could the children have gotten into drugs and then a cover-up happened? Could the children have been hurt possibly by the family members on that property? We don't know, because we just keep getting a dance around timeline the whole entire time that just keeps not making sense and not making sense. It's about Jack and Lily, 2 children, right? Daniel says, I want to know what happened to Jack and Lily. I'm going to fight to the ends of the earth for Maleya, for Jack and Lily. I call it a little bit of a crock of shit on that one, to be honest. I think what you care about is that you love Maleya, and she's got tired of being controlled, and instead of being treated, My favorite glasses just broke. Oh, I'll have to order more from Temu. You guys want to talk about Temu? Frick, this chick right here spent $5,000 a couple months ago on Temu. I think I can glue that. Whatever. But anyways, so when two children are missing, at what point should any games be being played? Right? This is the first, besides a few messages to Belinda, this is the first time that Maleya literally just handed over her Google timeline. I didn't ask for it. She didn't have to, but she did. So there's got to be truth here in the middle of it. But what happened to Lily and Jack? That is the focus. So amongst children that are missing, there should be no lying at all. If there's lying, then that means the truth is being hidden to what truly happened to Jack and Lily. And all we ever just wanted to do was help bring awareness to Jack and Lily, but we also look for the people that are in charge of Jack and Lily, just to be honest, right? They deserve it. These children are beautiful. They're gifts. They deserve it. Go ahead, Charmaine. Your turn. Do you want to say anything to anything? You just
I
look
mean,
so bummed out today.
I'm just not sure
What to say?
my role is here today. I mean, I don't really have anything to add. I'm just reading it like everybody else, and I have my own thoughts. And
Oh, we all do. Yeah.
To be fair, Maleya, she is the only one that thanked Sunny for keeping Jack and Lily's names and faces out there. We didn't hear it from Janie, never heard it from Daniel, even though he was in here almost daily for a while.
Thank you. Yeah, no.
Darren as well.
Once there was a half compliment.
No, that was not, that was after I said, I don't give a shit if he has a new girlfriend or not. And he said, thank you for keeping it about Jack and Lily. That was about him having a girlfriend or not. That wasn't about our coverage and our work and time that we spent. So, nice try, close, swing and a miss, but no, he didn't. As for the information that Maleya gave, it's, to me, very useful. We can watch over the next few days while everybody dissects it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it is going to get dissected to shit. It will. Absolutely. But,
by people that should just be listening and putting it up against the information that we already have and looking for the bits of potential truth. But the fact is, we're never going to know because there's a lot of distrust. And in my mind, Maleya hasn't given us any reason not to believe what she says. Don't come for me. That's my thought.
Don't come for me.
But let's wait and see. Is she going to do what Daniel did?
Well, I was going to say, we're here for the timeline. And Daniel, again, your games, your girlfriend, or let's make Maleya jealous stuff, whatever, narcissist, okay? Again, you have an opportunity to tell the truth. You have an opportunity to fix any wrongs. But, I mean, once the pile is dug that deep, honestly, of things that aren't true, it's really hard to come back from that, Daniel. It really is. You could have, if people are really invested in Jack and Lily and want the truth to come out, it will come out regardless of what we're saying here. That's what the RCMP are for. That's what the big wigs are for, right? They're the ones that have all the technology. They have the stuff that the RCMP can do, whether it's trail you, follow you, all that different stuff, right? Again, they'll do that stuff, obviously, if they're looking for answers. Two children just don't disappear. They haven't been found in the woods. It's still a small possibility, very small and unlikely to me. Nobody thought that they would go into the woods. We heard Daniel try to blame Maleya for saying that the children went into the woods. That's clearly not what Janie said. Janie said, my first thought was to Maleya, what's wrong? Basically, we're the kids. And she's like,
Well, depending on who you listen to.
depending on who you
listen to.
Yeah. Well, in this case, it
Because
wasn't
Darren
Maleya.
said, Maleya, what did you do?
Yeah.
And she had a shocked look like she got caught. But if somebody came out and said, what did you do to me? I'm not sure how I would look back at them if that's what was said. But that's what Darren said. Janie said she came out and said, what's going on?
1 second.
Kids are
I'm
missing.
still here.
How long? About 20 minutes. And she grabs her boots and runs up the hill.
Absolutely. Now,
I mean,
all these things make a difference in a timeline. So anything about abuse, CPS, when CPS was called, Daniel said that Lily bent down on a toy and got a black eye 2 days before they disappeared, right? Is it true? Well, we don't believe anything Daniel says anymore. Daniel, at one point, you must have known that Maleya was going to come out, right? Like I said, you put her down in so many ways to build yourself up. Why? Jack and Lily are missing. That's the bottom line. And that is being said to any of the family.
She's still here. She's still here.
Pardon?
She's still here protecting you, giving you an alibi. She, I think, is telling the truth. But she's still protecting you in a way. She could have easily thrown you under the bus. Easily. If she was lying, easily she could have thrown you under the bus here. And she didn't.
Absolutely. You know? Now, which reminds me. Okay. Let me go back to that for a second. Well, there's something I want to show first to take down. It's just all these things, regardless if Maleya doesn't understand it or Daniel, whatever. Abuse, any sort of controlling relationship about why two children would disappear, please understand that the children, especially young children, it is more likely than not, it is going to be at the hands of a family member or someone close to the children. All right. And because there's so many mistruths, inconsistencies, and outright lies going on, nobody says, oh, that blanket doesn't belong to Lily, and then says, oh, wait, you know what? I lied because, Maleya's family's planting all this stuff against me, and then they're going to start accusing me and doing all this. I must have missed. Okay, there's things I missed there, you guys. There's definitely things I missed there, because at no point did I talk about the sweaters, did I? When she was packing her bag. Yeah, so there's a few screenshots. You guys, I thought I had all the time in the world. Got off at 3:30, got home. Husband's like, what you doing? I'm just like, just gonna get thumbnail. I got the thumbnail ready. I just gotta get the live created. Then I'm just gonna gather my screenshots so I can lay them out on Canva. Well, I'll tell you, Canva, if I could have bitch slapped the Canva today, I would have. Because every time I went to go move something, it was like, and then I'd slam my mouse. Thank you. Who's that? Thank you. No, thank you. I make Mac. Love and prayers to all that may need it. Absolutely. Absolutely. Thanks, McMac. Appreciate that. But I wanted to show you that. But there must have been a couple, because Maleya talked about when she was with Logan. Maybe I'll find it. Anyways, when she was with Logan was with her when she went into the trailer, and she said she had I think a Puma bag, and she said she put in some of her things, mostly Meadow stuff, and she never took a single item of Daniel's stuff. And you know how Daniel's trying to say that somebody went into the garbage and planted, and somebody went in and took 5 items. And if you guys find 2 shirts, just know that if you find them with Jack and Lily, I did nothing and I'm innocent. Remember that, right? Who says that? Who even lies about that stuff? Who sits there and thinks, right? Only a guilty person says, well, you know what? That blanket, I can't admit that that's Lily's and Jack. And then there was a point where he was lying about the phone, about Maleya too, he said. Because remember, he said Maleya was on the phone. No. That Maleya was outside picking her nose on her phone. And she's like, should I call 911? And he's like, well, fuck yeah, your kids are missing. Right? Then that turned into him going up into the woods for 30 seconds. And that Maleya was on the phone already. And then it turned into that Maleya asked him if she should call 911. And he goes, just a second. Let me run up into the woods. Three versions. That's out of his own mouth. Okay? So people just want clarity. That's all. Again, the internet is a powerful tool when used correctly. And you can have the force of the internet behind you for Jack and Lily, as long as the truth is being told. 1 second here. And so Kent had this for the parade, you guys. So I just want to show you where Jack and Lily's parade is near that ford on, what was it, Highway 1, I think exit like 21 or something like that, I think he said. Anyway, so if you guys don't know, that's where Jack and Lily's poster is from the parade that happened the other day. So thank you, Kent. He's the one that drove it in the parade at the Ford dealership there. So wanted to show you guys that for sure.
Did you purposely miss number 11?
Yeah, because that was something I'd asked Maleya just for curiosity's sake, and she answered. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just something fantastic in chat. So.
But okay, let me just I just want to take there was something I was just gonna pop up, Charmaine, and now I forget. Totally forgot what it was. There was something hold on. I gotta go grab them. Just 1 second. My mouse. Well, I mean, at the end of the day, I think to be fair, I think myself, and I could be wrong, be like Daniel and go freak out and not talk to us anymore, and but I do think that like everyone we talked to, Darren, Belinda, Daniel, and Maleya, is that I hope they understand that we're here to be a voice and we're here to be fair. Not going to sit there and attack her and say, hey, why didn't you come out right away? All of us have been wondering about that, of course, right? Everyone wants to know what happened to Jack and Lily. Obviously things went awry. Maleya ended up leaving. Let's see, what was number 11 about?
Is about the specific stuff that you're not allowed to talk about, and because
that
it was said in
yeah.
Just wanted to put it out there. It's purposely left out.
Yeah, so that's why you don't see an 11. Sorry, let me just go back because I do want to go to Tint's messages, and Maleya had already said like at that point, let you down. Again, I appreciate the fact that Maleya talked to me last night. I appreciate the fact that she talked to me this morning. I truly hope Maleya will still let me ask her some questions. And again, I'm not asking things to be nosy. It's to be about either to understand that children disappear for certain reasons, right? It's very limited what could have happened to Jack and Lily. But there are things, that some of it's just to see if Daniel was truthful, and to see where his lies come from. Why? Again, you just want to know this timeline and where is it, at what point, that Jack and Lily could have actually disappeared, right? People think that they got hidden by Maleya. Well, that was one of a big fabricated tale, is like, in my eyes, between the timeline that they were telling. It was impossible and implausible, and they blew their whole timeline apart. So unless Maleya, Daniel, and Janie were all waving off to Jack and Lily in a vehicle, there's no other way that that timeline is plausible or possible, based on a 20-minute window. And it's not even a full 20 minutes, but let's just call it 20 minutes. No children are getting out of earshot in 20 minutes. The RCMP, they don't believe they were abducted at all. Is it still a possibility? Slightly. But if there's nothing to go on, there's no vehicle, there's no trace of tread marks of a vehicle that are showing peeling out of there. But what Janie and that portrayed it was, Maleya was standing right here, pretty much in front of the trailer. So like I said, so did a magical freaking carriage ride come up, going over the freaking rocks and the gravel, and somehow Janie didn't hear a vehicle, but saw Maleya looking guilty as crap, holding metal in that time, that a vehicle, so her dog would bark and stuff. So why is she lying? Why is that a lie? Because it is a lie, right? Why are they trying to blame it on Maleya? Maybe they're trying to blame it on Maleya because they know exactly possibly what happened to Lily and Jack. Something happened to Lily and Jack, right? The truth lies on that structure, on that homestead there. But anyway, you guys, Walker, right? Jim Walker, tint. I was just grabbing those pictures, to be honest with you. I know I already have them, but might as well just grab them again now. Now, I get some people go, oh, these perfect people of the world are gonna, blame Tint and go like, you shouldn't have done that, and da-da-da-da-da. I didn't do it. I'm fine with hearing what I heard. And Maleya, that's why I asked her some questions, because Wade obviously said a lot of things about the children being abused, about selling, making of meth, of, some different things. What's going on here, right? So she said, yeah, it's been using for 2 years, but I don't know about any making of it and stuff like that. Who knows? Daniel, you said you didn't do drugs. From what we know, that would be untruthful as well, even if you are embarrassed to admit it, and maybe you are. And I understand that, because I have a niece that is clearly addicted, and she struggles with it. So, but you said you always tell the truth. But you can't seem to tell the truth if your ego's in the way. And that's what it seems like. You care too much what people think. And that's too bad. You shouldn't care what people think. You should just be you, Daniel, instead of being a false person. It's two missing children we're talking about. Jack and Lily. Image file. Okay, so there's this one here. So again, on in the description of this video should be Jim Walker, his YouTube channel. Underneath, I think it was Darren1234, Derek 123, something like that. Maleya, I already talked to Daniel today, which he did. He said he is really regretting bashing you online. You're a good person, Maleya. I want to help you. I'm the person that talked to your stepdad and your mom, Cindy. Let me help you. Let me help you help Cindy. I know what happened. you were the one that took took 2 sweater and wrote "I love you" on the mirror, right? Okay. So that's obviously was shared to me by I think both Cheryl and I think Cheryl, Maleya, both of them. Can't remember. Something like that yesterday. Um, and then there was another one. She had said there's enough, I think, for you at the moment, like, talking or whatever. I just want my kids on. I honestly, I wanted to be cheeky and ask her about that, about the writing on the mirror. That's something a chick would do, you know, because you love somebody, but it's not really the love that you're looking for, really. Like you love them, but it's if you're in a controlling relationship, it's like saying that I've given my heart to you, but this relationship isn't good and this is how you're treating me and I don't want this in a sense anymore. But you can't. It's like even when I was with Dion, well, I was probably not writing no lipstick shit, but I could see writing on a mirror, I will always love you, because she ends up grabbing stuff. I could see myself doing that for certain person, like my husband now, for instance. Uh, Anyways, and then the other thing was you took the 2 sweaters. So no, she didn't. She said she didn't take any sweaters at all. That everything she took was just the Puma bag, her things, and meadow stuff for that. And
I just want to clarify really quickly with Jess, because Daniel told us all that Lily got the black eye from the toy truck at Patty's when they were over there on Wednesday doing the laundry. And Jess had said she asked him about that, and he told her no, it was Thursday. So I'd like to know where and when he told you that, because that's going on my spreadsheet as well, Daniel.
I think Maleya could clear that up if she wanted to, if she's willing, for sure. Maybe, like I said, I hope she feels that this live was not for this channel to bash her at all. Just to bring out the truth of what she wanted to put out there. Obviously, Cheryl has done a lot of kind of talking for Maleya, because I think Maleya has a good friend. Like, honestly, regardless of this case, I'm a strong female for my friends. Just like Charmaine is like, well, I'm not going to let someone bash Sunny around and blah, 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 because I would do the same shit for her that way. I do deem Cheryl to be a good friend to Maleya. I know that they hadn't spoken in a couple of years since the whole case, the missing children started. And I remember, was it Maleya that said there's people there that I didn't even know were going to be there? I think it was Maleya that said that. So regardless in life, it's always really nice to have those stand-up friends that are willing to go to battle for you, and thank you, Charmaine, for you sticking up for me, even if I don't really give a shit what people say, but I know it does bug you.
No, I know.
Yeah.
It bothers me when people just talk to talk, they don't. They say it's human nature, I know, but it's also my human nature to stand up for what I believe in. And I'm not saying I'm always right, and Sunny, and I've said it before, Sunny is not for everybody. I get it. I can see it. I understand, but that doesn't give you the right to run on YouTube and just run your mouth about something you don't understand because you're not getting the information right when it comes out.
I
I mean, it
know.
was so petty, and it's hate and toxicity and venom hurt my soul, honestly. Like, it takes so much energy out of me because there's so
I know.
much
It does with
potential in
me.
the amount of information and
Yeah.
that we could
Absolutely.
do if we just work together and stop hating on each other.
You're right.
But
Oh,
you
okay, think about it.
not you
The
people
whole
in our chat, and Dolly and Justin and Nova, Balance, those channels aside, but you
Wait,
know who I'm
don't
talking about.
wait.
It was just
Did you just include Balance as if he's for us? He's done nothing but trash us.
not for us. No,
Huh?
not today. And for
Oh,
everything that
not
I saw
today?
today, his
Oh.
channel and Nova's channel, he didn't let his chat go off on it. That's all.
Well, has he
That's all.
turned
And
over
maybe
a
if
new
it was
leaf?
because I was there. No, I'm not saying that. Not at all.
Who was
I'm
that
just
dude
saying
anyway?
he wasn't. I have no idea, but he wasn't allowing his chat to engage that way. And maybe it was because I was there. I don't know. But
Yeah, because
the other ones, some of them I caught the replay, and some of them I happened to be there live. And I mean, when I work right here. So I have usually YouTube playing here, and I'm working away. So when I hear something, of course, my attention goes to it, right? So it's just, I cannot understand why people would want to take their time and spread hate when
they
we
do
can
it all
work
the
together
time.
and put pressure. Pressure needs to be put
Yeah.
as a group, as a collective. But divide and conquer, so good job. I'm
I don't.
disgusted,
Well,
really.
maybe it's because I don't suck people's asses all day long, and I'm just being genuine and honest. I don't need to take people's bull crap. I won't do it, because I've been in customer service for like almost 40 years. I have, you know what I mean? I do things all the time in the hotel work with the work that I do now. But the one thing I don't have to put up with online is anyone's bullshit, especially when we're talking about missing kids and people have this think that they are entitlement. So they can try to drag me down. Honestly, it it just shows who you are as a person when you do that. Like, I'm here for the right reasons. And if people want to try to tear me down, suck the big one for all I care. Don't care. Suck it left, suck it right. I don't care because I've already put up enough with this bullshit in the first year of being a YouTube crimer. I certainly don't need it. And if people want to judge me because I'm harsh like that anymore, and it's because be a YouTube creator, deal with the bullshit that goes on all the time. And people just want to beak off and they sit there and as if they could do better. Well, go do better, right? I don't care. Go get a life. I don't care. You're not impacting my life at all.
Jess,
Charmaine's talking about this more than I would.
we're not sisters. Sunny is not my sister.
Yes, we're twins. Shut up. Go on now. Now you're lying. Now you're like Danielle. Just freaking lying.
Wow.
Yeah. No. Where's this difference? I ate about 20 KFC buckets. Charmaine did not. Yeah. And I think you're what? 10 minutes younger? Or 10 years? What was it? 10 years? 10 years? Yeah. Don't care.
5 years.
Anyway.
5 years younger.
Yeah. What'd you say?
5 years. You're 56, aren't you?
Shh. No. Yes. Fine. Call me out. Close to 100 now, Charmaine. Getting there. Getting there.
Closer to 100 than you're. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, I love all you people that are beautiful hearts. I love all you ones that have brains on your shoulders. I love all you ones that care to be here because you're a caring individual. And those are the people that matter most to me. So for all the other ones, don't care. They want to just come leech off information. Hi, nice to meet ya. Have a good day. Yeah, Because some people just want that information and that's all they want, you know? But whatever. End of the day, it's about Lily and Jack, or it's about Sebastian Rogers or Nicola Bully or Jay Slater, Delphi murders, Brian Koberger, etc., etc., etc. Again, so there's always gonna, this is what I say though. So many people in life try to tear people down all the time. Why do you think I don't take that crap? Come on now, because I love myself too much to listen to people's crap like that.
You're calling me out about what, Jess? Do I have to go back and find out what I missed? I was calling Charmaine.
Oh, you're right. Charmaine?
What did I miss?
She's a bitch. Charmaine, you know what you did? Why is there a spider that's floating in front of my face? Right there. It's a little baby spider. It's like a Tinker Winker one. Itsy bitsy spider. Oh, what a web we weave when we first practice to deceive. On there, right?
Big North. I do know Kate Middleton. I had to Google who that was.
Kate Middleton?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's the
what you said?
Princess of Wales. The one that always wears the...
I'm the Princess of Wales. Shut up. I'm the Princess of Wales. Pull out the harpoon. Gotcha.
Oh,
I'm the princess. No, because there's a spider right in front of me that's dangling. It's about this big, itsy bitsy spider on there. Oh, I never did finish this, by the way. There's always one bad apple in the bunch. Is that you, Russ Wheeler? Are you that bad apple? Are you the poisonous? You know what? Give offerings to somebody. That's how Adam and Eve, that's what ruined this freaking world, right? Because Adam took a chunk out of a apple or something like that. Okay, just quickly on this one. Okay, this spider's going to bug me. Dude, you were so going to go up. Where are you going? I swear to God, this spider. Oh, no. There you are. Go away. That's right. Oh, it's right here. You see it? See him. Here you go. Get a spider. You just go find a place over there. There you go. There, you can find your way out of there now. Okay. Jim Walker thing. All right. Let's see here. You were the one that, okay, so she already said she didn't. I will always love you forever. Probably did. Didn't want to ask her. I didn't want to overload. At the end of the day, regardless, you guys, we don't know what happened to Jack and Lily. Maleya is the mother of these children. Belinda is the grandparent of Jack and Lily, right? Whatever Cody's going through with Jack and Lily missing, he is the biological father. Daniel, again, he's only been in their lives for a couple years, and maybe they grew an attachment, right? I don't know. It sounds like he made it sound like there was, but it almost seems like he picked on the kids to me. I don't know. Who knows? I really didn't mean to let... Jim Walker says to Maleya, I really didn't mean to let the public turn against you. I know what Wade said. I know what Wade said is... Oh, wait. Oh, wait. Yeah, duh. For a second there, I was like, wait. Okay. I know what Wade said is not necessary. Oh, yeah. Right. Some of the things that Wade said. The public... I'll put it this way. When the public wasn't hearing answers from Maleya, just to be honest, right? The public has been pretty pissed off with Maleya. This is how it's been for a couple months, because nobody can understand why someone would clam up. The only reason I could understand why someone would clam up myself was if they were working with the RCMP and she was told to shut up, right? That's the only way I could see that. Other than that, all of us have been pretty much making up freaking things just to, I just don't want to say making up. Speculating would be the better word. Speculating about why she's not talking. Like, what could be the reason? So, Jim didn't cause the public to turn on Maleya. It was the lapse of time wondering why this mother wasn't speaking out about her children. So that's why now, like, she says, well, I'm not going to apologize. And she doesn't have to apologize. You know, to me, regardless of what we would do or not do, like with anything, it's a matter of when somebody's time is right. When somebody feels like their time is right, nobody spoke up besides Belinda for how long? And then Darren comes into the picture, and next thing you know, it's like pop, 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 like popcorn popping, right? And I enjoyed that, of course. Who wouldn't? Just wanted answers for Jack and Lily. What was the truth amidst the non-truth? What's going on? Why isn't the truth being told for Jack and Lily? So you guys got more information, right? Yourselves. Again, I'm going to be grateful for the information that Maleya has sent to me. And I didn't ask her for the school photos, school shots. And I certainly didn't ask her for a Google timeline, but hey, if she was willing, I was taken. Absolutely. Adds more to the timeline. Anyways, you guys, I don't think I have much more to say.
Yeah, I gotta go.
Yeah. I don't know. I never asked her short note. Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, you know what, guys? It's been a long one. I barely slept anything yesterday, by the way, but that's fine. Oh, but I do. I'm trying to remember. Remember last week I said I literally that I literally fell asleep at work, sitting for 5 minutes or so in my chair. And I can't remember now, Charmaine, because it was vividly that I was talking to Maleya in my dream. And I'm trying now to remember what she said in my dream. Now I can't remember. But at the time, it was so surreal and I was pissed off because I came out of that dream and to realize I was working. But I know she said something, but I don't remember now, to be honest with you. Anyways, you guys, thank you, Daniel. Thank you, Maleya. Thank you, Belinda. Thank you, Logan. Thank you to Haley, and thank you to Cheryl. Thank you, Darren. Thank you, all the family members that have been speaking out. Sunny, very psychic. Feel that? I psychically know that we're going to end this live. Voila. Anyways, you guys, again, whoever wants to feed into the drama, enjoy it, right? It's not my cup of tea, all that crap out there. I'm a big girl. I got big shoulders. You know, I got my KFC buckets. I'm good. But other than that, you guys, maybe we can focus on Jack and Lily and just bring in the awareness. And if other YouTube creators, again, don't focus on us, focus on Jack and Lily and stuff like that, and to all other creators like Evil Exists, Dolly, Clutch Them Pearls, Michelle After Dark, who else? Somebody I'm probably missing, I'm sure. Anyways, thank you to all the creators that really take the time to really want to understand Jack and Lily. Oh, Mike Damon was one. Daphne. Thank you guys for all you people that bring awareness. Thank you. Love wins. Love wins. So let's just test Nova. Well, how did I forget you, Nova? Just like that, I almost forgot about you. Thank you, Nova. And thank you very much to Tint. For me personally, Tint, thank you for bringing us more information. Maybe some people don't approve of it. You know, I know that guy has been invested in this case since day one. And that's the one that was filming Earl Martell as a YouTuber. But I know that his heart's in it. for the right reasons. I know people are going to always take away from that, but he's a good guy. He's a good guy. Yeah. Oh, there's Charmaine. Oh, plugging her podcast again. No,
Remember,
thank
they
you, guys.
asked me for my email address.
Yeah, yeah. If anyone wants to help out with the bench, with anything, with cost of it and stuff like that, transport of it, whatever. Sprint, what was it? Painter, super painter. Can't remember now. Sorry.
I got a lot of emails during this live, so I'll read them.
Painter?
I'll read them
Oh.
once we're done.
Well, I got a lot of
It's
emails
awesome.
that I haven't attended to. You know what I'm gonna do though? I'm gonna go have. Oh, should we? Should we show it, Charmaine? Should we?
Show what?
I'm gonna show this one. Because you know it's true. Girl, you know it's true. Okay, I did it. Darren, he takes it all back,
It's
RCMP. He takes it all back. Every arrogant, what did he say about him again? Arrogant.
Arrogant, conceited, incompetent clowns.
Yeah. He takes it all back, RCMP. Don't take it out on him. Take it out on the KFC.
He's the leader of the RCMP fan club.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that shirt on him. It suits him well. All right. All right. Give you guys a bit of a laugh. Hopefully Darren can have a bit of a laugh himself. He loves the RCMP. Swear to God. I'm pretty sure he just called him up today and said, you know what, you guys? I'm going to buy you a bucket of KFC. And you guys can give birth to little chicklets. That's what he said. Something like that. Okay. Again, beautiful picture of Jack and Lily up there as well. Jack and Lily are missing. Please hit the like and the share if you have not. Other than that, we're going to have a laugh, right? You always got to have a laugh. Yeah. Thank you guys. Appreciate you guys being here. We're out of here, right, Charmaine? Bye, Kent, wherever you are. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
You ready? You ready?
Born ready.
You were born ready? Okay, fine. Let's go.
A Norfolk night, the world is cold. We stand surrounded, we are not alone. Within my reverie, there's holy light. Without a number, we stand and fight.